Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Star Wars Stuff Podcast. My name is David,
And my name is James.
and this is where we talk about all things Star Wars. And today, or tonight, or this morning, however you want to frame it, is the night of nights. The season finale of The Mandalorian Season 2 is hours away, just a
I
mere
cannot believe
hours.
it.
It
I cannot
flew
believe
by
we're already
so
close.
quickly.
It flew by, but it was really it was also really slow while it was happening. You know what I mean? It was like when the first episode happened, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great." In the second episode, but then of course, right there towards the end, it just flies right by, and you're like, "Oh crap, it's almost over already." I mean, I guess that's just how every show does it, you know. But what have you thought this season? What have you thought about season 2 compared? I guess we should say compared to season 1. What have you thought about it?
It feels like a totally different show in a way because season 1, it felt very grounded, very much a Western. But this season, I mean, we kind of predicted who was going to show up. And I think all of our kind of like rumored predictions kind of came true. We got Cobb Vanth, we got Bo-Katan, we got Ahsoka. And this season was just incredible. And now it's like I'm wishing for Luke Skywalker. I don't think it's going to happen, but I mean, a fan can hope and wish.
And it's crazy to think about because the first season seems so much smaller than this season. You know what I mean? Like so much. It seems like the first season was so like compact, and then we get to season 2, and then within the first episode, it's like there's Boba Fett, you know, and then a couple episodes later, there's Bo-Katan there, and then we get Ahsoka, and it's like, oh my gosh, and then we get Boba Fett in his armor. It was just like, what is happening? Like, how did the story go from, oh, this is awesome to just this is epic? And the story is just growing and growing with each new episode, which I didn't think they could do that just because compared to how awesome the first season was to Mandalorian. And then now it's like, man, like you said, we're expecting Luke Skywalker. I never thought ever watching season 1 that I would ever say that'd be cool if Luke Skywalker showed up. No, it was just like, oh, this is pretty cool. Now anything's possible because they're proving they know how to do it. They're proving they can get this thing going, and it's just I cannot wait to see how this is all going to end.
Yeah, I would never have thought that I would hear you say those words to me. We're hoping for Luke Skywalker. I mean, we've come so far. Being 39 years old, being a fan of Star Wars pretty much my whole life, it's incredible what we've gotten in such a short span of time.
Yeah.
Part of me is still in shock, really, that we got Boba Fett, that we got Ahsoka in live action. I mean,
We got Ahsoka. Like that was something in my mind. Then I was like, maybe one day they're gonna do it, but not anytime soon. You know, that was my big thing was maybe they're not. There's no chance. Like watching season 1, I never imagined seeing Ahsoka at all. Like I was never in my mind thinking, oh, that'd be cool if Ahsoka showed up. You know what I mean? It was just like, oh, this is a cool show. This is cool. It has nothing to do with anything else. But then now that they're tying it all in, it's just getting even better. And then that's where the controversy starts is, are you okay with them tying in Skywalker saga stuff, like bringing all that stuff in? Or would you rather they just stuck to their own thing without any mention of anything else? You know what I mean? Because I know some people don't want Luke Skywalker to show up. They want to keep it completely on its own. I mean, what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, that opinion is just kind of so all over the board. I mean, for me, they pulled off Cobb Vanth. They pulled off Boba Fett coming back. They pulled off Ahsoka in live action. And I have total faith in Favreau and Filoni to pull off whatever their brilliant minds decide to try and pull off.
Yeah.
To me, they have unlimited potential. And I'm just super curious to see what this last episode is going to be. I know we learned early this morning who the director was going to be,
which I wasn't expecting. Yeah,
right. No one was expecting Peyton Reed to direct this final episode, and that's the report that a lot of media ran with. I don't know that it could be a different director, but I'm pretty sure it's Peyton Reed. I think Pedro Pascal kind of talked about it in an interview, and we were all kind of hoping maybe George Lucas was going to come in and direct. I think that was kind of our like little pipe dream we had. I
That
don't
would have
think he's
been
ever come
nuts.
back, but
No,
yeah.
he's never gonna come. But can you imagine that though? If it was like directed by George Lucas, I mean, I don't know. That would have been insane. That would break the internet if George Lucas came back and directed episodes of Mandalorian. But yeah, like you were saying, now that they did Cobb Vanth so well, and I always joke and I'm like, Timothy Olyphant is now in Star Wars, like, and he fit so well into Star Wars. Like, it's not even weird that he's in it. And then I'm sorry, I gotta entertain my dog over here. And then they did Bo-Katan so freaking well to where I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then Ahsoka was just the cherry on top for this whole season. So I'm okay with whatever, like you said, Favreau, Filoni, Lucasfilm all has in mind for this show, and they've already been greenlit for season 3, if I'm not mistaken. Like they're already going into production. What, next year probably, or are they already filming season 3 right now?
I think they're in pre-production. I'm not sure if they're like they have cameras locked and loaded.
Okay. I mean, because we're getting this thing in like around Christmas of next year, so they better be either filming or about to film in January to have it all done by, December. And then again, they do film in pretty much in a garage, so they have complete control over every single aspect of the sets. They don't have to worry about weather and all that other stuff. Which I saw they showed a little bit at the sorry, my dog is going a little crazy. Anyways, at the Disney, shareholders call, they were showing a little bit behind the scenes while Kathleen Kennedy was talking, and they showed the Ahsoka episode, and I was like, dude, I legit thought they went outside at least once in that episode. It was like they were never outside at all for any, and that blew me away. The fact that that whole episode was shot on a set somewhere, and that's just, I mean, on the volume, that just blows me away how they're doing it.
Yeah, except for Robert Rodriguez's episode. Apparently, they were outside in California and some like hill or something. And the funny thing is that helicopter that appeared in the back of the frame and that one shot of Boba Fett walking up on the Mandalorian Din Djarin, there was a report of a Star Wars fan film being shot, and
No
it was
way.
actually the show.
That's amazing.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, if you go on TikTok, you'll see a lot of people, not a lot, but this one girl was kind of like, now I can post this. This was what they were filming, because I guess they told her too, this is just a student film, or this is just a fan film. And she posted the video, and it was like, oh my gosh, like she was there watching the Mandalorian being shot. I don't know whether or not she said like that was close to where she lived, but she said it was like right almost outside her door where they were filming out there. And man, all these predictions, all these like, and I never thought I'd ever be saying, oh, that'd be cool if Ezra showed up. Oh my gosh, Cal Kestis, like Cal Kestis was a character in a video game, in a really good video game, I should say, Jedi Fallen Order, and now people are hoping he shows up in The Mandalorian. Now, it's getting to the point where anything and everything is possible with this show. Favreau and Filoni and Lucasfilm have proven they can do it. They can tie everything together, and it just, I never thought that was going to happen with this show. And let me ask you this question: when you first heard of this show and we went to Celebration and all that, were you gung ho already for the show, or
I was, but my expectations were totally tempered.
Okay,
because I thought the potential was there, and I mean, I think at that point, were we getting the Instagram images of like the blaster, the Ambien pulse rifle?
I don't think we got. Yeah,
we had some stuff. I think we had like an IG-88 looking character. It was IG-11.
And then we had that shot of him walking, and like that was the first image they ever released before they even told us Pedro Pascal was going to be the Mandalorian. Yeah, I was like you. I had my expectations very, very low, and it looked cool, but in my mind, I was like, yeah, this could just be like okay, that was cool, like it was a cool little Star Wars thing, and it's just going to be these adventures of this guy who's a Mandalorian going from place to place, and okay, that's cool, exploring the galaxy. And I I didn't think it was going to be on par with Rebels or with Clone Wars. I was just kind of like, it's just going to be a fun adventure story for Star Wars. But that morning I woke up, and as you could, and what's funny is when it first appeared, I waited until like 8 or 9 in the morning to watch it because I was just like, okay, let me get my coffee ready, let me sit down, let me watch this episode. And it started, and I was like, this is pretty cool. And then the very ending, I was like, what? Like when we saw Grogu at the time, we didn't know what his name was, but when we saw Grogu the first time, I remember screaming in my house, like, what happened? This is nothing like I thought it was going to be. And now that plot has continued all the way through. And I don't know, man, the show just keeps getting better, and it's becoming one of my favorite TV shows ever. Not because it's just a Star Wars, yeah, it is because it's Star Wars, but because the narrative of the story is very, very good, and the plot is super complex but simple. And it's after last week's episode when Din Djarin talks to Moff Gideon, and he's just like, "You have something that belongs to me." It's like he will be mine. Like I'm gonna come and get him. And it's like, man, the whole show now is still about Mandalorian protecting this child, and I just love that that's the story, and it's beautiful. I mean, did you? We all knew he was gonna be like protecting something, but we had no idea what was gonna be like
Well,
happening.
it kind of came out that there was going to be a child involved, and there was going to
Yes.
be a central theme
Yes.
of the Mandalorian with a child. We just didn't know that it was going to be Yoda species. That was kind of the mind blower. But there was something that came out where a couple of people that worked on the show actually talked about Yoda species puppets,
Oh,
and
okay.
we didn't think it was going to be the child. We didn't put all that together, and I don't think anyone really did because that
Nobody
leak was,
did.
I think, was yeah. So, I mean, that in and of itself, that was a huge risk they took, and it so paid off. I mean,
Oh yeah.
kids today know Baby Yoda and don't know what Star Wars is. It blows my mind when when I go, I deliver, kids come to the door and they see my mask that I wear. I'm wearing a Grogu mask, and they're like, Baby Yoda," and I like kind of ask them, "Do you like Star Wars?" And they're like, "What is that?" And it's so shocking that. And then a few years from now, those kids are going to grow up and they're going to look at pictures of Yoda and say, "Oh, look, there's adult Grogu," you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that. I saw a meme like that, and I was like, "Oh god, that's gonna kill me if somebody like when somebody says that." But in the end, it's Star Wars. Like that's their gateway into Star Wars. Like
Yeah.
that was, and there's a generation like Colin's generation who grew up with the prequels.
Hmm.
That's their Star. That's his Star Wars.
And
Like
Clone Wars,
yours,
yeah.
and the clone, especially Clone Wars. Clone Wars was huge. Like for you and I, we got Star Wars before anything else. We were like, oh my god, this is 3 movies. These are like the best movies ever made. So for us, that was our Star Wars, our
Mhm.
introduction. And it's really crazy to like talk to people who never even would have watched Star Wars, and they're talking about the Mandalorian. And I hate to say it, but they keep talking about Baby Yoda. And even though he has a name, I'm pretty sure he's always going to be called Baby Yoda until forever. He's always going to be called that. Okay, question: how long is this episode going to be tonight, or in a couple hours today?
I think the rumor is 57 minutes, but
Ooh.
it's not as prevalent as the rumor for the first episode of this season because I think it did come out that it was like 57 minutes as well. And I think there was other times where some of these episodes that were shorter than the rumor that came out. So I don't know. My expectations are lowered, but I mean, I just can't get over the fact that Peyton Reed is directing, and it's
And
like I wonder why he was chosen for this. I mean, personally, I loved Ant-Man, and I thought Ant-Man and the Wasp was a pretty good show or a pretty good film. And I know Peyton Reed, he's going to be in charge of the new Ant-Man, right?
I
Quantumania?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. But I guess maybe him and Favreau kind of hit it off, and he's um, he's the
And
guy for this.
and it's the season finale, and it's another Marvel director directing the season finale. Taika did the first season, and then now Peyton Reed's doing the second season finale. I mean, that's just a stupid little trivia thing. But
Yeah.
I
Well, see,
did it.
when before Taika directed and before he got announced, I felt like Taika was already special. He was on his way up, and I think that
Oh
was
yeah.
before he won his Oscar, right? Or
Oh
was
yeah,
that after?
that was way before he won his Oscar.
Yeah.
But I remember at Celebration whenever they were showing pictures of the directors, when they showed Taika, everybody screamed. Like everyone was already on board for Taika Waititi because he had done um, Thor Ragnarok was the big one that he had just done, and
Mhm.
everyone loved Thor Ragnarok. And now he's Oscar winning, writer Taika Waititi going to be directing a Star Wars movie. Did you see his tweet from last month? So
Which one are you referring to?
the one where he was like, "Oh my gosh, like I can't wait to see how I
Oh
ruined
yeah.
this." I mean, I was so happy he said that. Where so they tweeted like Taika Waititi will be working on his own trilogy. He's like, "What? No." He's like, "Man, I can't wait to see how I ruin this," which is funny because that's what everybody says. Whoever does a Star Wars thing ruins it.
Right. So what did you think about the Star Wars logo that popped up? This one right
Oh,
here.
his Star Wars?
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I don't understand. Like I know so here's the funny thing about it. And I don't know whose idea it was, but I could just hear them saying it's a different side of Star Wars. Like I can imagine Taika Waititi being like, "This is our logo. It's a different side of Star Wars, and it's legit a different angle of the word Star Wars." I'm
Right.
okay with it, and I love it because it's immediately going, "Hey, this is different, man. Like
Right.
there's no Luke Skywalker, there's no Palpatine. I mean, maybe there's an Empire. I highly doubt it. This is just a whole new story of the Star Wars, and I'm on board. I think that was a smart move of Lucasfilm to kind of throw this out right away to just completely separate it from everything else. Like, what do you think about it? Besides the fact that it looks like a Schoolhouse Rock, what else do you
Right,
think
that's what
about it?
everyone's saying. It looks like Schoolhouse Rock, but Carl, we did an episode for Patreon, the Random Blaster, and he was saying it looks like Monty Python. So he's thinking maybe it's the first comedic Star Wars movie, possibly.
I mean, every Star Wars movie has its funny moments, and I mean, and I laughed whenever people were like, "The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi," like they had too much humor, and I'm like, I go back and watch the original movies, I'm like, man, these were kind of funny, man. Like Harrison Ford really brought a comedic thing to it that you weren't expecting. So I wouldn't call it the first comedic Star Wars that they're going to be doing, but it would be interesting if it's all out slapstick Taika Jojo Rabbit style movie where it's funny, but at the same time it's very, very, very serious. Did you see Jojo Rabbit?
I didn't see it,
Oh
but
man,
Carl on the Patreon episode, he was talking about it, and he said it was just an incredible way that Taika crafted that film because at one instance you're like super like cheerful and laughing, and then
the next
very,
he
very
hits
close to
you.
it. I
Yeah.
mean, you're super down.
And it's funny in that movie. I know we're getting off topic, but it's like he shows the Nazis, and it's you laugh, but then in the back of your mind you're thinking, oh, this is awful. Like, and he has enough of the funniness, but then he also at the same time is showing you just how freaking terrible it is. And I don't know how he did it. Any other director probably would have failed at that, but for some odd reason and some crazy magic, he made it work. And he did win an Oscar for that screenplay, and it was a much deserved Oscar. So the fact that now we have an Oscar-winning writer writing and directing a Star Wars, series is just, I don't know. That's blowing me away to think about. And I cannot wait. And for it's 3 years, right? 2023, it's going to happen.
Yeah, 2023 of Christmas time. I'm glad that those announcements they talked about replanting the flag back in Christmas. So we're gonna get Rogue Squadron in Christmas time, and I think we're gonna get several other things during
Uh,
Christmas time as
And
well.
it goes back to Solo, and we found out later that Kennedy and them were pushing for Christmas, they said we need
Well,
to
I think it was
release.
Iger that
I
admitted it was him that made the final call on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's the one who said we're gonna release at this time. We all thought we all thought Lucasfilm and them didn't care. I mean, that was the rumor at first, was that they were just kind of like, eh, and they just pushed the movie out, and nobody saw the movie. It was considered a box office failure, even though it made its budget back. You know, it did make a profit,
Yeah,
but
it's weird that they say box office failure. It made a lot of money, but
it
it
made a
wasn't, like,
ton of
up to
money.
par to a Star Wars film.
Yeah,
But at
I'll
that
give it
time, I
that.
mean, you had Infinity War, Deadpool, and then
Exactly,
Solo. I mean,
exactly.
people only have so much money to go to the movies, you know? I mean,
And and Lucasfilm, Kennedy and them were telling Iger, no, we should go, we need to be at the Christmas time, you know, we've done it and it works.
right.
And he was like, nah, we got Mary Poppins. And Mary Poppins made it look good. But like anyways, so I love Solo. I thought Solo was amazing. But anyways,
Yeah,
now it
and we're
looks
getting a
like
Lando series,
now we're getting a Lando series with no word on who's in it. Like
which is very strange that they didn't announce
very
Donald Glover
strange.
because, I mean, that's, like, the guy to play Lando. I don't Yeah, I guess they could recast, but I mean,
No.
I think he's kinda cemented in the fans, like, kind of hearts and ideals that,
Yeah.
Donald Glover is the new Lando, and he's around, and he does stuff for Disney. He was in Spider-Man, which is, like,
And pl-
Sony, Disney, but
and plus he's Donald Glover. Like how stupid would it be to not bring
yeah,
him back to Star Wars? Because that dude is like one of the most talented people in the industry right now. And it's like,
yeah,
why would you not, like, that contract he signed? I'm pretty sure they were like, oh yeah, by the way, when we need you, you're coming back. And he's probably like, okay, yeah. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he's probably signed in pretty deep into Disney right now. But all these shows and everything would not have been possible if it had not been for Mandalorian, I think.
yeah,
If
yeah,
Mandalorian had not done what it did, I mean, geez. I mean, I remember I started getting high hopes when in the summer Bob Iger said we've greenlit season 2 of The Mandalorian. Like they were already like, "Oh yeah,
yeah,
season 2 is happening." And I remember people got mad at Kathleen Kennedy when they took what she said in an interview out of context when she said it was really fortunate we were able to do season 2. And people were like, "Were they trying to shut it down?" It was like, "No, because of COVID and all that, you weirdos." Like
yeah,
she was like, and if you remember, they got they got it done right when the lockdown started. I mean, they
mhm,
were lucky to get they got it done right. I think it was like a week or two before it
alright.
got bad. And so yeah, that's what she meant when she was like, that was fortunate that season 2 even happened. Because can you imagine if we had to wait a whole 2 years for season 2 of this
Ugh,
show?
that would be I mean, 2020 has been a horrible year,
And yeah,
so, I
today we
mean,
lost Jeremy Bullock, who played Boba
yeah.
Fett.
Yeah,
And
unfortunately. Yeah, Jeremy Bullock, I didn't have the privilege to meet him at any of the celebrations we went to,
mhm,
but, he was always there. He was always signing. He'd go to other smaller conventions and sign, and I think he is pretty much the person you want involved in Star Wars, someone that will kind of meet and greet with the fans, do panels,
yeah,
show up at conventions. From all accounts, he was just the nicest guy. He
yeah.
was just a really nice gentleman, and
And you see his face twice in Star Wars. You see it. He's one of the officers who grabs
right,
Leia when she's like, "Luke, it's a trap." That's him.
yeah,
And I don't know if you see him but he's the pilot in Revenge of the Sith whenever um
yeah, the
Organa, Kenobi, and Yoda are in the cruiser. He's one of the
okay,
pilots,
yeah,
and I remember seeing a picture of him, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool," but I don't know whether or not they actually show like he like looks back and like talks to them or something. So they did
yeah,
bring him back, and so that's really sad. And what's
yeah,
crazy is you watch that scene now in the chamber and Empire Strikes Back, the carbonite chamber.
mhm.
It's like Darth Vader, Chewbacca, Leia, Boba Fett are all gone now, and it's just like, geez, that's so sad.
Yeah, man. I heard stories of him hanging out with fans at conventions, like having lunch with them, going to dinner with fans.
Nice.
I mean, that's the kinda guy he was, and that's the kinda guy we lost, and
And look at him, man. He stayed fit all those
Yeah, I mean,
years. Look at that dude.
he kept on putting the armor on, going to conventions, putting the armor on. I mean, he was totally game for anything Star Wars,
There's a
and
good picture of him and Daniel Logan together, and I was like, that's
yeah,
so freaking cool, man. Like that was
yeah.
so awesome.
Yeah, that was definitely very cool how him, Daniel Logan, Tamira Morrison, they all kinda connected and bonded over this one kind of
This character that
mysterious character.
who we're always like, man, he just went out like a punk in Return of the Jedi, man. That gun sucks. And then Favreau and Filoni were like, watch this. And oh my gosh.
So my theory is that Boba Fett in Return of the Jedi, when he gets hit in the jetpack, so he shoots one of his, like, gauntlet-mounted
Yeah,
blasters, and he
he's like
misses Luke clearly. I think he was on spice, that's why he missed.
this.
Because we hear Boba Fett in chapter what was it? Chapter 14? When he says, "This is not a spy stream. That I'm seeing this Imperial ship."
So about that scene, a lot of people are thinking Boba Fett is working with Moff Gideon, and I've been hearing this one going around the internet for a bit, and they say the reason is because when the Razor Crest blows up, he's just staring and he's not worried about his ship, and I'm thinking, well, maybe Moff Gideon didn't see his ship. I don't know. I mean, I don't. But then when he's flying up to chase after them, it's like in my mind too, I was thinking, man, he's pretty cocky flying up to a Star Destroyer right now and
Mhm.
not being afraid that they're gonna shoot him. Because they don't. He just flies right up to it, like ultra close, and then he flies away. And that always bothered me because I was like, man,
Yeah.
why didn't they? But in the back of my mind, also, maybe Moff Gideon was like, I got what I came for. This is just one ship. It doesn't matter anymore. Like I won. So there's an argument, but a lot of people are thinking that at the very end of this new episode, we're gonna see that Boba Fett was in fact working for Moff Gideon, and Boba Fett in the end was always a jerk. You know what I mean? Like he's always gonna be a jerk. But then again, I've also heard they brought him back to give him an honorable death as well.
I don't like that, man.
I don't
I
want that
want
either.
Boba Fett to stay. And I've also heard other, like, kind of, like, out there theories that Boba Fett might take over the show of The Mandalorian and Din Djarin dies tonight.
Oh God.
That would be pretty shocking.
That would be, and I was also thinking, like, what if they killed Grogu? Like, what if Grogu doesn't make it in this episode? I mean, anything's possible. They're not
Yeah.
going to do that though.
Yeah,
They're making too
yeah, I
much
would
money off of that
heavily
thing.
doubt that, yeah, they would kill that little green moneymaker, so
That green moneymaker is saving Star Wars right now. Like, that's keeping all of us fans happy from the fact that we don't have any more movies now. Like, this little green moneymaker is like, all right,
well, to
keep
me, the
giving me more.
Mandalorian seasons are movies, they're just long form movies cut
Yeah,
up.
true, true.
It's basically going back to basics from what George Lucas was inspired by watching those serials at movie theaters. I mean, this is like a serial. I mean, there's rules that they follow, there's cliffhangers.
I
I
love
mean,
it.
it's yeah.
That's the way it is, and I know a lot of people give me grief for liking Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but I was like, that was pure like 1950s adventure stories that George Lucas and Steven Spielberg were watching when they were
Mhm.
kids. You know what I mean? Like that's all Indiana Jones is really. And so it was really cool to see, especially this season. It was really apparent how the formula of how the shows are going and everything, and that's what they were modeling it after. And it's cool. It's a whole new it's a new generation being introduced to that genre of TV shows from back in the day, and it's Star Wars and it's awesome. So it's pretty great. What was that? Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, that would be, as David and I sometimes say, that would be the ultimate if he did a Star Wars movie. Denis, I can never say his last name though.
Denis Villeneuve.
Villeneuve.
Yeah, I mean, we were both of us were highly anticipating Dune coming out, and of
Oh,
course, the Warner Brothers pushed it back till next year at Christmas time, or I
no,
think October
October.
timeframe, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. But
October.
I mean, it's pretty much Christmas. I
Pretty much
mean, at
Christmas.
this point, it's gonna feel like a
His
year from now.
So Denis' style of film, I haven't seen all of his movies. I've seen Prisoners, Sicario, um, Blade Runner 2049, and I don't know. I think that's it. That's all I've seen. Oh, and Arrival. All of
Right.
his movies have the most unique vision I've seen in a long, long time, and to have him helm a Star Wars story would just be insane. Um, and I know, and unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, but he did direct Dune,
Mhm,
which he says is like an adult, Star Wars for adults,
mhm,
and and I think almost like what happened with Abrams, Abrams made the best one of the best Star Wars movies back in 2009, with Star Trek. I think
mhm,
Denis going to make one of the best Star Wars movies with Dune right now, and
mhm.
I don't think he'd be able to. As much as I would want him to do a Star Wars movie, I think him doing Dune is pretty great for me right now.
Yeah,
And
yeah, just I wanna see it.
you would want to see it.
I kinda yeah, well, I'm kinda depressed that Dune isn't gonna come out this year. I mean, I was really anticipating that. We were
Yeah,
all
that
getting
was my
hyped up about that.
Yeah, that was my, like, silver lining for 2020 was like, "Yeah, this year sucks, but Dune is coming out, and I'm gonna watch Dune, and it's gonna be amazing." And then now it's like, "Oh my goodness gracious." Like, but no, it would be pretty great to see him do a Star Wars movie, and there's a lot of other people I'd wanna see to do a Star Wars movie, like,
Mhm.
Bryce Dallas Howard directing a Star Wars movie would be pretty awesome. I hope they're talking about that, or somebody's talking to her about maybe doing a project one day.
But you didn't like the episode that you directed when we went to Sorgan, right? With the blue krill?
The
Is
what?
the episode where, they pretty much copied a Clone War episode where they kind of, like, arm the natives and teach them?
Yeah, I mean
That was our first episode she
that was
directed.
her first episode,
Yeah.
but then in season 2 she flexed hardcore, and I was
Yeah,
like,
with
"Oh, this is
Bo-Katan.
awesome." With Bo-Katan showing up, the action sequence in that one was insane. And I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, this is awesome. This is cool. Like, this is really, really great." I liked it. I liked it a lot, and I would love to see her, to do something Star Wars in the
yeah.
future. And they love Deborah Chow, and Deborah Chow is doing all of Kenobi. I mean, that must have been can you imagine that conversation? Like,
Mhm.
"Hey, we really liked your Mandalorian episodes. How would you feel getting" I mean, how many episodes are we there's rumors that it's 4, there's rumors that it's 6 episodes. We have no idea how many episodes, Obi-Wan Kenobi
I
is gonna be.
think that there was kind of a quasi-official statement. I think it was the investor reel that they got to see that we didn't,
Yeah.
and I think they did talk about maybe I wanna say 4 episodes.
Man,
I don't
these
know if
things better
anyone in
be
chat can tell us. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much a long form movie as well, and I just love the fact that they confirmed Hayden Christensen coming back, and Kathleen
yep.
Kennedy said it herself, it's gonna be the rematch of the century, and I am super hyped. I got so hyped over that, and it's everything pretty much we talked about on the podcast. Obi-Wan having flashbacks to the Clone Wars. I mean, you can use Hayden for that, and then there was a rumor that maybe that he's gonna wear some Clone War era armor in a flashback or two, and maybe he's in the Vader suit. His helmet gets damaged, kind of like in the duel whip between Vader and Sabine. So, I mean, it's everything that we kind of talked about, everything that I wish for on the podcast. It seems like they're giving it to me. So,
Yeah, we would like to, thank Lucasfilm for listening to our podcast and getting all these amazing ideas from our podcast and what we talk about.
yeah.
But, the Kenobi series, man, that's gonna break the internet, dude. I mean, like, everybody is going to watch that. Um, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to us talk each week. I know it's kind of gets boring, but we appreciate it.
No, it
Oh,
doesn't, James. We're super entertaining.
we got a bad review on Apple Podcast. Trash speculation is what we were told, and that makes me happy. That makes me really happy that we did
Well,
get
I
trash
mean, you're
speculation.
not a legit podcast until you get a review like that, and I think that's our first one. So,
Yeah,
I
so
think
I
I
was
think we've been made.
yes. Now I think we've established that we can actually become a great podcast because we have trash
Yeah.
speculation. But no, I love that Kennedy and all of them took a step back with this Kenobi series where because it looked like it was gonna go ahead and start filming very, very soon after um the D23 announcement a year ago,
Mhm.
and it looked like it was like something that was going to happen this year, and like in 2021 or 2022 we would get it. But now everything's kind of got pushed back because they did say we're taking our time with it, and I'm glad they did, because that means I'm pretty sure they saw Mandalorian and they were like, okay, let's redraw everything, and how can we bring everything together for this thing? And I didn't notice, but yeah, the eye in Kenobi is his lightsaber, which is freaking awesome.
Yeah, I didn't
I
notice
mean,
that when it was presented. I noticed it
yeah,
after the fact. But yeah, the fact that they're calling it Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think the kind of like projected title
it was
was
just called
Kenobi.
Kenobi. Yeah, because if
And
I'm not, yeah, go on.
yeah, it's interesting that I mean it's Obi-Wan Kenobi because he wasn't known as that during this time period on Tatooine. But I think all of our kind of like preconceived notions of what we were gonna see him being just on Tatooine is it's pretty much wiped away now. He's gonna have to leave the planet now. He's gonna encounter Vader, most likely, and maybe we'll see some clones as well. I mean, I don't think any of us expected any of that, and for them to kind of like not really confirm it, but I mean, they really kind of implied that stuff. So, I mean, I'm super hyped. I'm
I
just
mean, I'm
overwhelmed.
beyond hyped for this show. This
Yeah.
is what every fan has wanted to see, because Ewan McGregor was one of the highlights of the prequels. And, he was the hero of the prequels. I mean, not Ewan McGregor, but Obi-Wan Kenobi was kind of your main character of the prequels.
Mhm.
And it's phenomenal to see him coming back. I know, man, 50 more minutes. Can we keep talking for 50 more minutes? I don't know. I don't know if we can
But
keep
yeah,
going
I
for
think
50
we
more
probably
minutes.
can.
But no, it's incredible that Hayden Christensen's coming back, and the love for him coming back makes me happy. I mean, that poor guy had got so much hate for doing Anakin Skywalker. I mean, that poor guy was just ridiculed up and down, to where when they said he is coming back, I was really happy that there was just this overwhelming like positivity of him coming back. To the point where I'm wondering, I was like, was it necessary to kind of give him all that shenanigans back in the day? Or, you know what I mean? Like, why? People are just ridiculous.
Yeah, to me, it was I mean, the prequels got a lot of hate, but I think over time, I think we've kind of I know my generation, I'm not quite sure that they've kind of but yeah, you know what? I think my generation, we have kinda come around on the prequels, and that ovation that Hayden Christensen got at the 40th panel, I think
Oh
that was
yeah,
awesome. I think that was kind of validation in a way that, yeah, we do want him back in the family. I kept on saying that, please come back. And he has acting chops. He's done other films where he was potentially like looked at as being nominated for awards. And I think he did win some awards. But
I
I
love.
think George Lucas directing him was not the best thing for his career. It was great for his career to be Anakin Skywalker, Darth
Oh
Vader,
yeah,
but I mean, the world saw his performance and I don't think he got a fair shake. And now him coming back and then Deborah Chow directing him, that's going to probably make a huge, significant impact on his career. He
yeah.
might have a huge resurgence, but I don't know. I mean, I I've always been hoping for a Vader series, and it wasn't announced. But the Obi-Wan Kenobi series is kind of like a de facto type of Vader series in a way. I think.
Hey, so I just noticed that we have comments on the side. I didn't realize that I could see the comments too. My brother Matt is watching. Hey, Matt, I'm just like, I was like, oh, there's people here. Jeez. But yeah, poor guy. It is hard to stomach his performance. And if you go back and watch like George Lucas, he talks about actors. He's like, well, I'm not good at talking to people. Like he's not good at talking to actors. George Lucas
Yeah.
doesn't like actors. And if you go watch the A New Hope, or the Empire of Dreams documentary, Harrison Ford makes the joke where he's like, we're reading it and we're just like, how do you say it? Like what? And George Lucas' direction would just be like, just say it. It's there. Just just say the words. Like that was how he directed them. He's like, I wrote it, just say it, so it makes me laugh. Oh, so he asked, did they release any info about the new show with Warwick Davis? Is it about Ewoks? So Warwick Davis is going to be in Willow. It's going to be the TV. It's going to be a series on Disney Plus, the continuing adventures of Willow. And
Mhm.
what's his name? The director of Crazy Rich Asians is going to be
Yeah, helm in it.
Justin Lin. Is that his name?
No,
Probably
that's the
probably
Fast and
wrong.
the Furious director
That is a Fast and Furious director. I feel
and Star
terrible.
Trek.
Yes, he did a good job with
Yeah,
Star Trek 3.
yeah,
I can't remember what his name was, but yeah, he's going to be doing the Willow series. And there's
yeah.
others, and like the cool thing was, Kennedy announced other things that were happening with Lucasfilm, like their properties were going to be made, and that was kind of exciting to see. And plus, Indiana Jones being directed by James Mangold, that's exciting. I mean, I never thought I'd see another Indiana Jones movie, but I'm glad we get to see one.
Yeah,
Um,
James Mangold is an interesting case because he was supposed to direct the Boba Fett film. I think that
yes,
was rumored. I think Variety actually dropped that information and Hollywood Reporter as
Hollywood
well.
Reporter dropped that too. The
And
same
then
day
all of a
Solo
sudden he was
came out.
gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that rumor completely died after that.
yeah.
Um, and then now he's doing this one, which is pretty great. And oh, so you can click on these things and they can show up.
Yeah, do you have that option as well?
Yeah, hold on, let me see if this
Okay,
works. No, I don't. I don't have that option.
okay.
Only you have that option.
Alright, yeah, so your brother's watching and my brother is watching as well, so that's
Oh,
pretty
thank y'all
cool.
very much for supporting us.
So, yeah. And also, Joshua Olson is watching. He's on, Facebook in our Facebook group, so,
Oh, hey, Joshua.
yeah, he
Thank
comments a
y'all for
lot and
watching.
likes a
And
lot
we
of
got
stuff.
Ricardo Rodriguez. He and I are actually friends on Facebook. So
Yeah, yeah, I've been friends with him for a long time. He's a big time Star Wars sweaty.
what's up,
Sometimes we chat
bros?
about stuff.
Yeah, Matt, they're gonna do another Indiana Jones, and James Mangold, if you don't know who he is, he directed the great Walk the Line movie, but he also did other things. He also did
He did Logan,
310 Yuma and Logan, and also the Wolverine
Ford
and
versus Ferrari.
Ford versus Ferrari, and he did that Night and Day with Tom Cruise, and the new episode comes out at 40. I know, 47 minutes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna as soon as it comes on, I'm actually gonna have to leave so I can watch it. My wife and I are gonna watch it together on we use the Disney group party watch.
Have you done that before with,
Yeah,
like, a
we did it.
premiere?
We've done that before with the other movies and I mean the other couple of episodes. It's pretty cool. I mean, because you can like they have like little emojis where you can like send them and you can see
Mhm.
them like when you're sad. Like whenever Grogu got captured, she brought like sad face, sad face, sad face. I was like, I know. But anyways, yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and I'm pretty sure Colin, um,
Yeah, Colin, Sam,
Sam, and you
and
probably, or maybe
yeah,
Wade.
we're gonna do a live watch, and you'll be able to see our live reactions to the episode. So you can watch it in real time along with us. There might be a little bit of delay. I'm not sure, but,
Yeah, but
yeah, that's what we're gonna attempt. And this is our first ever real kind of a live stream,
we should have done
as a
this. We
podcast.
should have done this before. But don't worry,
Well, I
my
mean, I
dad
didn't know
had
about this app, and I mean, big shout out to, someone that we met, and we took pictures with at Celebration. You guys probably all know him. He's a pretty famous podcaster, Steele Saunders. He was the one that sent me the link because I just basically asked him. I was like, "Hey, I'm trying to use Streamlabs here, but yeah, it doesn't seem as intuitive as I thought, and I have hardly any time to figure all that stuff out." And he's like, "Yeah." He sent me a link, and he totally helped us out. So yeah, our kind of like setup is very similar to his.
so somebody just said Emmanuel said, I have a feeling there's gonna be a big plot twist, and so did my brother Matt. Yeah, there's gonna be something crazy is going to happen at the end of this episode. I mean, the dark saber at the end of the first season made me go, "What? How?" And then the dark saber was also like our way of being like, "Oh crap, they're gonna bring in like the Clone Wars Rebels plot line," and so then it started to get kind of possible that anything would happen. So I've heard a few cliffhangers that could happen. One of them is Luke shows up at the very end. The one that I saw on TikTok and David mentioned it too, which was you see the stone where Grogu was, when he was meditating,
Mhm.
and the camera zooms in on the stone, then you see BD1 from Jedi Fallen Order jump up on top of it and start looking around, and then you just see a figure walking up to it, and it cuts to black, and that would be Cal Kestis coming to start searching
Right,
for
right.
Grogu. That would be a cool one. I don't know though. But I do know there's gonna be something at the end of this season that's gonna make us all kind of scream and possibly throw our remotes at the TV. I'm thinking. I think something is gonna happen to where we're all gonna be kind of upset
The Empire Strikes Back season, yeah. I mean,
yeah, this is.
it might end kind of badly.
I think it's gonna end. I think it's gonna, yeah, Empire Strikes Back ending where they live, but they just live to fight another day. They didn't win, and that's kind of making me sad to think about. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, speaking of Empire Strikes Back, we've been getting a ton of footage from the Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary, and it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. They
Yeah.
released one today, and they had the filmmakers of Mandalorian and even Pedro Pascal and even Diego Luna talking about Empire Strikes Back, and it's really awesome. If you ever get a chance, look it up. It's so cool. Like, I don't know the amount of love that movie gets.
Yeah, and the
But
amount of footage that we haven't seen yet. I mean, it's been
I
40
know.
years. It's like, when are we gonna get, like, the ultimate cut of, like, behind the scenes and them just releasing it to us?
My favorite though was you're like, ready, and you see Mark Hamill go wait, and he picks his hands up. He doesn't have his gloves on. And they're like, all right, cut, because he doesn't have his gloves on for the shot. And I don't know, that just kind of made me laugh. I kind of want an unnamed Jedi to show up for Grogu. It would be cool to see Luke or something, but I also like to see someone new. Yeah, I've heard that one too, and
I
I'm
think
on
that
board.
that theory is, like, super probable, I think. The more the time passes here, I know we got, like, 40 minutes left, but it feels like some unnamed Jedi is going to appear.
And I mean, I'm a little excited for that, but it's like, man, it just with the track record that they've given us, it seems like they would give us somebody we know already.
Mhm.
But that's just my opinion. Empire Strikes Back is absolute masterpiece. Oh yeah, a little bit off topic. But do you guys think of the ultimate what do you guys think of the ultimate rematch at Obi-Wan Kenobi show? Um yeah, the fact that Kennedy said that it's the ultimate, rematch, and then and even Ewan McGregor has said stuff like it's so great, we get to go, we get to go at it again. It's like, man, so there was a third fight between Kenobi and Vader, like there's a second fight between them before we get to the one in A New Hope. And that just, I don't know, makes me excited. They're able to kind of put that in there without messing up the timeline. I'm excited to see that. My personal opinion slash there, this is Joshua Olson. By the end of the finale, we will see some sort of plot set up for season 3, where season 3 will see Bo-Katan and the Mandalorian. She's in contact with joining up with Din, maybe. So you're saying that that's going to be season 3? Yeah. As much as I want to see like the ultimate Avengers assemble moment in this season, it seems like that's not going to happen. One of my theories I've had is there's going to be a really really cool fight in this episode between Moff Gideon and the Mandalorian, and maybe even Bo-Katan shows up, and then I think Moff Gideon's gonna die, and then we're gonna get the reveal that Thrawn is the ultimate villain of it all, and
Yeah, essentially the Thanos of Star
yeah,
Wars.
and he would
And
be
then
yeah.
Rangers of the New Republic and the Ahsoka show are all gonna tie in and lead up to a grand, like, climactic event that Kathleen Kennedy would kinda mention in the announcement,
I
which could be a movie. I mean, if theaters are back and kind of
Yeah, true, but
open,
man,
basically.
all of that stuff looked like it was all Disney Plus. I think they're just gonna stick to Disney Plus right now because it's proven to be very, very, very good for them. I only finished watching chapter 15 10 minutes ago, but man, I'm so excited for chapter 16. What do you think the director is thinking we want to see in this episode? I think the director is like, I got to give them what they want, man. Like I got millions of fans just
But it's
waiting.
Favreau that probably wrote the
Oh
finale.
yeah, he wrote the finale, but now the
So
director is like, I can't screw. I gotta make this good. I can't screw it. That's what he's thinking. I don't want to screw this up. I don't think Moff Gideon will die. I feel like you don't hire Gus to show up like
Gus
that.
Fring.
Yeah, true. Have you seen that one picture where he like opens the door and you expect to see Grogu, but it's the old guy from in the wheelchair from Breaking
Yeah.
Bad with the bell. It's so
Oh
funny.
gosh.
Um,
Such
also
a
love you
such
guys.
a
Oh,
good series.
thank you, and yeah, Darksaber versus Beskar staff is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Um, my brother says, "You think Bill Burr should be a regular?" Yeah, Bill Burr needs to be a regular. The
Yeah.
fact that that scene with him and the commanding officer was as good as it was, I was like, dude, Bill Burr's got some acting chops on him, man. Like he's good, man. And I've been listening to Bill Burr for years. I think like for 10 plus years, I've been listening to his stand-up stuff, and he's so funny. So the
Mhm.
fact that he's in Star Wars just, I don't know, makes me makes me like that one where I don't know. He has some really vulgar things he says,
Yeah.
but then some of it is just the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Will this be an hour long? I hope so. I hope it's 2 hours long. If I'm going to be honest with you, if this is not 2 hours long, I don't know why, but I
It'll be
think
about an hour, I'm pretty sure.
it better be. Yeah, it was amazing. You saw those tweets of people saying Kenobi was going to be shot in Boston. It's like wicked, yeah, in the galaxy, wicked far away.
Yeah.
Hey, Skywalker.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
all those
how
things.
that rumor kind of
That rumor, yeah,
materialized, but
and that doesn't that the rumor is not real at all. So don't.
yeah.
I love the concept of Bill Burr's character placing a random New Yorker in Star Wars universe. It totally works for me. Yeah, I know, right? Like who thought that that was gonna? I mean, because the first picture, the video we saw, I mean, that trailer we saw of Bill Burr, he rounds the corner with that gun on his back and he's shooting, and it was
Right,
cool. I was like, oh, this guy's pretty cool.
right.
And the fact that he's brought back and he's just, I don't know, he just kills it. It was awesome. He was awesome in the show. I love Bill Burr's performance is amazing. Rangers of the New Republic, Mandalorian, Ahsoka shows are going to spice up a big battle. Yeah, I think, and yeah, that goes with what David said. I think that's got to meet, and they're going to kind of follow the kind of the Marvel formula, where they just got to start to put all these little shows out there, and then in the end, it's all going to meet up, and it's going to be awesome. Do you think they will ever make a season 3 in the future? Oh yeah. So you're talking about season 3 of Mandalorian? Yeah, that's already they're already going like they're gonna
Yeah, they're
is
in
that
pre-production. That's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure season 4 is gonna be greenlit if
I'm for,
it's already not. I mean, it's their marquee show for Disney Plus, and
like can you
it
imagine
is Star Wars now, essentially.
Favreau like just writing this thing like in his mind he was like, oh, this is gonna be good, you know. Like this.
Yeah.
They started pre-production. Yeah. We find out how long this one's gonna be. Not yet. We haven't found out how long this one's gonna
We're thinking
be.
it's gonna be almost an hour, if not an
Two
hour
hours for
plus.
me. 2 hours for me. I'm just kidding. I
Yeah,
think
that'd
that
be wonderful.
Mando have the easy win versus Gideon. I mean, Mando easily handled the mini. But who knows? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Like going and I told this to, and if you're on our Patreon, Rudy and I had this conversation where I said, you know, last season episode 7 to 8, chapter 7 to 8, like went directly into it, and it was awesome. Yeah, thank you for doing that. The episode 7 led directly into episode 8, so we all knew what was going to happen in 8 pretty much. We have no idea how the layout of this episode is going to be. Like, where is it going to start? I have no idea, and I think that's what makes it exciting. Um, I think Burr's story and seeing his disdain for the acts of the Empire, even after he worked for them, brilliant. Yeah, he needs to be in Star Wars again. And the story goes was he was at a party with Favreau, and he had known Favreau.
Mhm.
They kind of been friends, and he's there. Bill Burr's there with his wife, and Favreau says, "Hey, I'm going to be doing a show, and it's a Star Wars show, and I want you to be a part of it." And
Well, no,
he
Favreau told Bill Burr at the party that he was writing the
Yeah.
part for
Yeah, he
him.
said, I'm writing a part specifically for you." And Bill
Yeah.
Burr's like, "I hope you I've been, you know, I've never seen Star Wars, and I spend my career kind of making fun of it too." Like he's, always kind of made fun of Star
Yeah.
Wars, and he didn't want to do it. And his wife was like, "You have to do it. Like, why are you
Yeah.
gonna say no?" And so he's like, "Okay, I'll do it." And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." Oh, we did some. Yeah, I like the last season format. Yeah, me too. But again, I have no idea what's gonna happen. Plot twist. Imagine if they didn't get Baby Yoda back in chapter 16. I know they wouldn't do that, but imagine the uproar from the public. Yeah, I've been thinking about that too. Like, holy crap, what if Grogu what if we don't even see Grogu in these last couple episodes? Like how, I mean, this last episode, how disappointing that's going to be. Grogu still with Moff Gideon. Yeah, I'm going to be so sad if that happens. Have you guys heard the rumor that Moff Gideon's cruiser being near the Hutt planet?
Yeah,
Dude,
so if you look
nobody.
at the map, if you look at the map from the last chapter, it's actually a map of the galaxy, and the sector that Moff Gideon's ship is in is by a Hutt planet.
Dude, y'all are crazy Star Wars fans. Like y'all are insane for
Yeah,
going that deep into that. That blows me away. But that's
yeah,
exciting though.
yeah.
That'd be interesting to see a Hut planet. Who else was half expecting, half not expecting Boba Fett to make an appearance? I mean, after that chapter 9 reveal, it was like, oh, and we were all kind of saying like Boba Fett will be in the last episode or Boba Fett will be in the next season. Like they're just kind of just sprinkling him in. So it was pretty great to see him just like, boom, here I am, dude.
Yeah,
Like when
so it's expect the unexpected.
when he lands and he stands up behind that stormtrooper, I was just like, oh, this show just got amazing. Like this show just went from amazing to just like
Even more
great.
amazinger.
Yeah. Have you heard that? Have y'all seen that TikTok video where they put in the my heart will go on? And so as soon as like the bomb explodes, he stands up and you just hear that, you're here, there's nothing I fear. Thank you. I do
Yeah.
my own singing, by the way. I cry when the troopers took him. Yeah, dude, that was depressing. In the first season, and in Krill is like on the floor dead. You're like, dude, what the hell? Like, how did that even? Bubba's new clean outfit, black. Oh yeah, dude, that's gonna be an awesome costume to see. Like, I don't know. And I hated that people made fun of his weight. I was like, dudes, come on,
Well,
man.
apparently, that he didn't have weight. That was like the robe he was wearing. That's what made him look like he had a belly.
Oh, okay,
So if you
because
look at the last chapter, he doesn't have a belly because
yeah, he
he
doesn't. Yeah,
modified like whatever was underneath his armor. And
already
I didn't
wanted to
think Tamira Morrison was like that big. He's always been pretty fit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Every picture I've ever seen of him, he's like, I'm like, I don't want to get in a fight with that guy ever in my life. Um, respect to the truth. Already wanting to cosplay. I still want to see
Yeah.
Sith Troopers in action, man. Sith Troopers. Are we talking about the ones that picked up Grogu, or the Sith Troopers from Rise of Skywalker?
You could be talking about Rise of Skywalker because those were actually called Sith Troopers, the Red
Yeah,
Troopers.
man, that
But
has to be a great
the
time
Dark
for an action movie.
Troopers, that'd be cool to see those in action.
Um,
Um,
Yeah, I like the fact that Minor Bond says, the clothes were not flattering, but either way, he looked great. I thought that was kind of awesome that he's just kind of in regular threads, but he has the armor on, and it just looks even more intimidating. Like, you know what I
mhm.
mean? To the point where even the troopers were like, "Oh, we got to get out of here, man! Like, this dude is not. We're not going to stop this guy at all."
And we
And
got to see those knee pad darts finally that
that
were
was
talked
awesome.
about, I think, on the original action figure. And yeah, there's no way they could accomplish that back in the early '80s. But
Was
yeah,
it
it
the most like sought after toy ever is the jetpack missile launch Boba
yeah, there's
Fett
a
action figure,
prototype that was created, and I think there's only like 5 to be known in existence right now.
and everyone who has it, I don't think has even said they have it. Like it's such a sought after toy.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
one of the holy grail toys,
yeah,
yeah.
that's yeah. If anybody ever shows that thing, man, that's like the rarest toy in history, and
So
it was
someone went to Rancho Obi-Wan and actually stole one from Steve Sansweet. And that guy that stole it from him tried to resell it like back in the market, and a collector, like a big time sweaty collector, he was
sweaty.
like he was like, "You stole this from Steve, most likely." And he
Oh,
verified it with them, and yeah, they found out that that guy stole that figure from him, and along with other stuff, I think.
dude,
And I haven't
what a
heard
jerk.
any update from that story. Yeah.
That's pretty sick though. But yeah, the Boba Fett figure from Empire Strikes Back was like the best. Yeah, 30 minutes left. I'm watching Rogue One right now, and there are some scenes with a ton of stormtroopers. Do you guys think? No, I don't think they did. Because I don't know. Maybe they did, but the fact that Filoni kind of said it at Celebration sounded like it was the first time that's ever been done before in Star Wars.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna say no on that. I think the ending, the finale of season 1 was the first time we saw the 501st in Star Wars.
Yeah,
And
and I'm a member of the 501st and
yeah,
of
whoa,
Star
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Garrison,
whoa, whoa.
and yeah, I have a lot of friends on Facebook, and they haven't really commented.
Rogue
Friends
One's
that have actually
respect.
been in the Mandalorian that were in those two couple chapters at the very
Nice.
end, and
Uh,
yeah, I haven't heard anything, but they didn't talk about it beforehand. So I mean, you never know.
Rogue One is actually, I don't know which article it was, but somebody said Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie that Disney has released.
Yeah, I've
Um,
seen that a lot too.
so and yeah, much respect to Rogue One because that was a. And I've actually, if you've listened to the podcast, my opinion about Rogue One is, the first half of the movie I don't care about, but then the second half is just like the best thing in the entire world. The more I would think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, it was good. It's an awesome movie, and it's one of those movies that every time I watch it, I'm like, oh, it gets better and better every time I watch it. Yeah, Rogue One was really great, and we're getting Andor, which
Mhm.
made me laugh that they just called it Andor. I thought they're gonna call it at least Cassian Andor, but not just Andor.
And when
And that,
Kathleen Kennedy said Andor, I thought at first she said Endor, and I was like, "Whoa, we're gonna get Ewoks."
yeah, and I think a lot of people also, I saw that online too. A lot of people thought that was what was going on. But yeah, we're getting an Andor series with Diego Luna, and I love the fact that he said the hardest part was trying to look younger than what he like. That was the hardest part for the makeup was for him to look
Hmm.
younger. Um, I still think he looks the same from when I first saw him in. I think I saw him in The Terminal. Was the first movie I ever saw him in.
I saw him in Elysium as Spider.
Oh, you
One,
saw him after Terminal. Okay, all right, got
yeah,
you. Yeah,
yeah.
he was in a movie called The Terminal with Tom Hanks, and his name was, and
Okay.
I hated his name because I was like, that's the most Mexican name. He was like, my name is
We're
Enrique.
Mexican, so we can talk
Yeah,
about this.
we could say that. It's cool. He's like, my name's Enrique Cruz. I was like, no, no, you're not. Don't say that. It's like your name is awesome, Diego Luna. You should just kept his name. But anyways,
And
did
there's a
you guys
bunch of
look?
Mexican Americans in Star Wars now. You got Pedro
Yes,
Pascal, Robert Rodriguez, Diego Luna, and Diego Luna is a producer on Andor, so
yes.
he can like pull like a Tom Cruise and yell at the.
Oh my god. If you haven't heard that rant, it's kind of amazing. Okay,
Yeah,
so we're missing some things. If you guys love Rogue One, Andor is going to be the show for you guys. Yeah, it's very true. The characters are pretty flat overall, but the visuals, the battle scenes are genuinely incredible. I think it's the best world building in New Aliens of the Disney era. It's
yeah,
that battle, man. That battle of Scarif is just like, oh my
it's awesome.
gosh, that
It's awesome.
was
It's quintessential Star Wars. The
yeah. It's like
battle
that,
on a
and even
planet and then in space.
and David said it. The reason David loves it was he said that's what I would have done, and then I remember I used to get like, yeah, okay, David, whatever. But then I was like, I would have done differently. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, like that's what a Star Wars fan wants to see. Like you said, is a fight in the space on the ground and a different type of fighting you've never seen. Like they're over there running on the beach. They're like jumping in holes. There has a bazooka shooting an AT-AT. I mean, it was awesome. And then you end it with freaking Darth Vader showing up. I mean, that was just and I love, and y'all know this in a broken record, but Darth Vader edition was like 11th hour
Yeah,
addition to the movie. I mean, that was like October, November. They
and
were like,
yeah, and fun fact,
th-
Peter Jackson was there.
what, for the filming of that scene? That's
Mhm.
awesome. And apparently it was the editor who suggested that to them because I'm pretty sure the movie just ends with him getting the plans and then that's it.
And I
But
think the editor was actually, Baz Olson, who edited The Hobbit, and
nice.
that's where there's a Peter Jackson tie right
Yeah.
there. But, yeah, I wanna go back to 2015. I was there for that panel, the Future Films or whatever they called it. Gareth Edwards was on stage, and the moment he opened his mouth, he said, "It's called Star Wars. I'm
Mm.
making a war film," and I was like, "Oh my gosh," my brain just melted. I'm like, "This is the dude. This is the dude to make the film." But, I
But
mean, later on, we found out behind the scenes that
maybe
the
he
film
wasn't
was
the
kind of in
dude.
shambles in a way. But see, I mean, Gareth Edwards was a super fan. And
Yeah.
I go back and think about myself, if Lucasfilm chose me to direct something Star Wars, I don't know if I could function. You know, I'm such a
Yeah.
huge fan of the property, and they brought in Tony Gilroy, who isn't a really big fan, and he did a tremendous job, kind of like cleaning up the film and made it what it is. I mean, it's
The
kind of remarkable because there's a lot of like stories that the film was in really bad shape.
Yeah, Tony, if you
And
ever hear Tony Gilroy, and he respected the time frame for a bit, and then I think it was like last year, he was like he's like, "Oh yeah, when I came in, he goes, the movie was just completely like awful." He goes, "It was in the worst state you've ever could have possibly seen it." And I was really I think I go back to Kennedy needed a good writer, and her husband Frank Marshall, who's been producing the Bourne movies, was like, "You got to get Tony Gilroy." I'm pretty sure that
mhm.
was the connection. Was you got to get Tony Gilroy in there to clean it up because he'll do it for you very quickly. And yeah, he came in and he was like, "They're all gonna die." He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay, well, just kill them. Like that's
Well, I
it."
think in a production meeting, Kathleen Kennedy was the person that brought it up that they're all going to die because Gareth Edwards is ready to present an alternate ending where they like get off planet when that like single
Oh
reactor
yeah, that
ignition
was right.
happens,
And
and then
she was like,
Kathleen
"No."
Kennedy is like, "Well, they all got to die though," and then Gareth Edwards is like taken aback when she said that, and he's like, "Okay, right on, let's do that." And I think Gareth Edwards' vision was a whole lot more grittier than I think what Kathleen Kennedy kind of wanted and some of the higher ups wanted.
Mhm.
So I think there was a scale back there, even though they had like the DP for Zero Dark 30 and people that worked on Saving Private Ryan. It's like, well, I mean, what do you expect? I
What
mean,
did you
it's
expect to happen?
yeah, but
Um, but I thought that was just I thought, yeah, the ending of Rogue One is just amazing. Um,
so yeah, Minor Bond brings up an interesting thing. He says, "Yeah, wasn't Disney trying to make Jen survive?" I don't think that's the case, but I do know that Felicity Jones signed on for multiple Star Wars films.
yeah, that's right.
So, the prequels are on the table pretty much.
And she hasn't aged like a day since she did Rogue One. She looks the exact
Yeah.
same as when she did Rogue One.
And then she went to Celebration and she signed autographs and took pictures, and I thought that was pretty cool of her
Dude,
because,
her autograph, I don't even want to talk about like how expensive her autograph
like,
was.
$250 or something?
I
Or
think
was it more?
it was more
500?
like Ian McDermott's was like a little bit, and I was like, "Oh man!" No, at first I was like, "Oh, that's kind of a lot." Then I saw Felicity Jones. I was like, "Oh no!" I was like, "Man," I was like, "Who does she think she is to be charging that?" Oh, we're getting some. How old is Yoda? 900 years old.
Yeah.
Obi Wan. There is an age. There is a number there, but I have no idea like what the number is for Obi Wan. Um, and Anakin. I don't know, however old Grogu is, that's how old Anakin is. So
51
51. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Um, guess when it is
in the time of The
true.
Mandalorian, that
Yeah.
is.
I remember that we had talked about like whenever they said he's 50 years old, we were like, "Oh my gosh, he was alive before the prequels. What was he doing during the prequels?" And then this season they were like, "This is what was going on." And I think we're still gonna find out more about Grogu this episode. I think we're gonna get
Mhm.
more stuff kind of given to us in 22 minutes. Oh my gosh, it's 22. Oh, 21 minutes now. Right. And
Mhm.
David and I are in Central Time, so it's almost it's gonna be 2 p.m. when we get to watch it. Hey, knock
2
knock. Are
AM.
you guys talking about the Mandalorian? Hey, that's a good joke. Um Yes, we are. We are talking about the Mandalorian because and I'm at work every day, and all anyone's talking about is Mandalorian. Like that's all anybody.
Yeah.
Grogu was just vibing in the temple. Yeah, Grogu was just like, "This is cool, man." So somebody zoomed in, and they're like, "Got you," and he's over there doing the whole like
Yeah.
this, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of funny." Friday morning here in Norway. Hello, hello from
Facebook
Texas.
user?
Facebook user. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Mainly, but also there's stuff like Rogue One. 9 a.m. for
Oh,
me.
It's Jim Udenberg.
Oh,
He's
hey,
actually
hey,
the
Jim.
person that designed our logo
Hey, Jim, how you doing?
that
Oh,
we still
nice.
use to this
Thank you.
day.
Thank you for the
Yeah.
logo, Jim. It's an awesome logo. As you can see, we have kept the logo. um, 9 a.m. for me. That's insane. Time is weird. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it wasn't until like the last three episodes I was like, I gotta wake up at 2 a.m. to watch this because it made me mad when I would wake up and I'd have a text from David saying, "Dude's like, oh my god!" I was like, "Oh, okay, I can't be doing that. I gotta watch it when he watches it, so I don't get one of those text messages." Um, no way, I don't even know you.
We have a lot
They
of
are.
Norway connections here.
I love it. I
A lot
love
of
it.
Scandinavia stuff going on in chat.
I don't know anybody from now. I do Oslo. Anytime I think of Oslo, I think of never mind. It's a stupid. My brother Matt would know what Oslo means. Anyways,
Yeah, I ate at a restaurant at Epcot that was from Norway. I think it was like Castle Akershush or something like that.
like,
And the people that were working there were from Norway. They were like exchange students that worked there, and they were trying to tell me like the whole like story about it, and it was pretty cool.
I
So
think one of my favorite stories. I'm sorry, my dog heard something. I'm home alone right now, and the fact that she's going to the hallway growling is kind of
creepy.
a little unsettling. But yeah, my brother Matt, yeah, he knows what Oslo's all about. Only brown person when I was there, they were like, "You're from California? Why come?" Jeez. Yeah, I always joke around and say if I ever go to Europe, I'd be like the biggest hit there. Like I'll go to a pub in
Yeah.
London or something. Like, where are you from? I'm from Texas. You're from Texas, and you're brown. Holy smokes, this guy's the full deal. Yeah, but anyways, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I forgot what I was gonna say. We just got an hour talking about Oslo. Yeah, sorry, my dog scared me barking at something.
Yeah, Colin should be joining us very soon, right here.
Yeah, Colin. I hope he wakes up. I mean, he
Oh, he's
has to
awake. He's awake. He just texted me.
Okay, cool. Can he
Yeah,
join in on this?
yeah, he's gonna join us shortly.
And whatever y'all do, don't mention Max Rebo to Colin. It's getting old. It's getting old very fast. We just want him to know that.
Yeah.
He just keeps talking about Max Rebo. And if you don't know who Max Rebo is, just kidding. Question: if you guys could choose a climate locale for a new Star Wars planet, where would it be? I would love to see it like a war-torn Eastern Europe kind of vibe. Ooh. I mean, we kind of got that with Rogue One with Jeddah. Like that's how Jeddah was kind of. No, it's not. What am I talking about? Don't worry about it. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of rad. I mean, that's suitable for Andor and what we're gonna see there. I mean, we're gonna see espionage. We're gonna see just
Ooh.
small little like skirmishes, and that to me kind of gives me that type of energy or imagery. Who's next, Rebo?
The forbidden character. Dent. Yeah.
That's the first thing Colin's gonna see when he joins us.
Oh my god. Palm trees in Star Wars was weird. Yeah.
Yeah, but I
out there.
really want to visit that location. I'm trying to remember what the location was. Where was it, James?
I can't remember. It was
The Maldives. That's
there
where
you
they
go.
were. Yeah.
I know they were in what's that? Was it Ireland or the beginning of the movie when we see Galen Erso there with the black sand and all that?
No, that was Iceland.
Oh, Iceland. I told you it was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
He's the blue elephant from oh boy. Sam.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, how you
What's up,
doing?
man?
I'm doing fantastic. It's a little early, but I'm here. I'm ready to go.
There you go. I like that helmet back there.
Thank you. I've put like 8 hours in a day for the last 4 days of my costume. I'm like so close. So yeah.
Hey, check out this comment right here. You have my curiosity, but now you have my Max Reberosity. Holy crap. That is the greatest joke I've ever heard. I'm gonna take a picture of that right now. Hold on. Nobody move. Hold on. Taking a picture of that right now. Thank you so much. Yeah, Colin's gonna be freaking out right now about that. I know, LOL. Sam, are you able to see the comments on the side?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't notice that till like 45 minutes in. I was like, oh, I can see what people are saying. That's awesome. And okay, no way. Max Rebo is Eli from I don't know what's going on.
I think he's talking about a Studio Ghibli film.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I just remember like he was just the elephant dude playing the piano, and then for some odd reason he lived in the holiday special. And Colin actually has a really funny shirt that Brooke bought for him, where it's like the Max Rebo Band Galaxy Tour, and it's like the first one was at some planet, and the second one was at Jabba's palace on Tatooine, and then it has like all the others listed. It's like, oh, they didn't show up to those because they blew up at Jabba on Tatooine. They never made it off the planet. I thought that was funny. No one else thought it was funny, but it's okay.
Yeah, Sam, just so you know, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
Oh boy, yeah, there you go.
And nobody from Twitter is watching us right now, but it's okay. That's fine. That's fine. We got a lot of cool YouTubers right now.
Well, if you like cool shirts, I got my my RX-24 rechargeable day party all night.
Oh, nice.
I'm still getting used to my programming. So,
what shirt are you wearing, David?
I'm using the shirt that my wife made.
Oh, hey! Oh, you got the long sleeve one.
Well, no. This is actually the Star Wars show long sleeve with the Arabesh on the side.
So
it's underneath the shirt.
Mine is
Yeah, pull out the big guns. Directed by Irvin Kershner.
Yeah, I got the Kirsch shirt. I remember I saw that. I forget where I saw it online. I was like, I have to get that shirt. Directed by Irvin Kershner. A lot of people don't know, but he was the director of Empire Strikes Back. What time is it? It is 14 minutes, guys.
Close.
Oh my gosh. Holy crap. We're almost there.
Almost there.
Before David and I got on, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like talk for this long, but here we are. We're all still here. We're all still going.
Yep. We're all still going.
Oh, okay. I gotta show y'all what I got in the mail today. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Somebody play a song or something.
Play a song, Sam.
I don't know, man. Could start singing the Life Day song, but I don't know.
Go for it.
It's post. Man, it's too early for this. I'm not singing the Life Day song. I will not sing that solo.
Yeah, so Colin is supposed to be joining us. I don't know what's going on.
Unless he's waiting for the actual stream. Because we're still pre-show. I don't know if you're going to switch.
I think I'm not, because I send invites to pretty much everyone, and
Gotcha.
It's just us three. But I texted him. I sent the invite to him. So, the key, the Grogu key,
and that's the pin, and I even got the other.
Oh wow,
the other key. And if you remember on what was it, May the 4th, Nicole and I were trying our hardest to get like this stuff, or the other key. I don't know. I never asked her if she got her freaking Ahsoka ears, but I'll never know. Can we talk about the thoughts and moments behind the scene where Mando yeets his helmet off? Like, why? Like, dude, you talking about when he's looking at the control panel?
Yeah,
that was awesome. I'm glad he did that. He was like,
yeah, it was required for him to show his face so he could get that data for that code cylinder.
I've seen so many funny TikToks of people just like, oh. Like there's this one video of this girl, she's watching it, and then it cuts back to her, and like it shows his face. It cuts back to her, she just has water dripping out of her mouth. That's pretty funny. I pre-ordered the Nerf Mandalorian rifle. Yes, that thing looks awesome.
I did too, but it's not going to arrive until like October or something.
Geez.
Yeah,
they know what they're doing. But 13 minutes. Okay, in the black Mando. Oh yeah. Jeez, what time is it right now?
48.
Oof.
Oh, Jim is saying just dropped off my kids at school, racing home to watch. Be careful,
nice.
Jim.
Yeah, be careful, please. That's so crazy. He's like starting his day. You know what I mean? I mean, technically we're starting our day, but not really. You know what I mean? So
I'm going right back to bed. This is 100% in the middle of the night.
I'm gonna go right back to bed too when this is over. But
no, we're doing a post show, guys.
Oh, you can do a post show. I'm probably gonna go back to sleep. But yeah, is everyone like ready? Like everyone's in front of their TVs right now, just ready to.
Yeah.
Man, Colin always has the worst luck with his freaking like all of his stuff. Bon, are you in? Where are you at? Like, are you in California? Or where are you right now?
Yeah, he has to be somewhere Pacific time.
Yeah, my wife's in California right now, so I was like, "Hey, you want to watch Mandalorian?" She goes, "Yeah, it's not a big deal." I'm like, "Okay, that's right. It's a big deal for me to be staying up this late to watch." Man, you sent that thing 10 minutes
ago. That.
Yeah,
Ben Johnson.
Yeah, of course.
And I can get behind.
Do you think we're gonna see like in memory of Jeremy Bullock before this episode? Like that'd be pretty nice if they give us something right away.
I hope we do. And I mean, I thought about it and all the theories that Boba Fett is gonna like perish in this episode. It's like, man, 2 Boba Fetts in one day. That's
gonna be rough.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I got my tissues here.
Yeah, I got my yeah. I'm gonna be pretty sad if he dies, but I don't know. We're gonna see the circumstances in which he does die. All right. Yeah, California, nice. Texas. What else? I live like 30 minutes away from Robert Rodriguez, I think.
Yeah.
Like
You
he lives
probably
right.
bumped into him. You've bumped into a lot of famous people
I
in the
have.
San Marcos, Austin area, right?
Did I tell you I met the worst experience I ever had was I met oh my gosh, what's his name? Director of Boyhood and man, I forget what his name was.
Richard Linklater.
Richard Linklater. I ran into Richard Linklater at HEB, which is a grocery store here in Texas. And like I was a manager and I had to do something for one of the customers or for one of my employees. And I looked up and it was him at the register. And I was like, you look very familiar. And he was like, I'm in here a lot, man. And he walked out. I was like, damn it. I should have said something. I had to wait for my kids to get home tomorrow. No social media for me until they get home. So many people can. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Matt. Like whenever the Ahsoka episode happened, like I got on TikTok like after it was over and people were already like showing Ahsoka on TikTok. I was like, good grief. You guys always confuse me because you reference Marcus from Texas, but there's one here in Cali. Yeah. So one time my wife and I were driving in California and I'm from Texas, so I don't know where anything is in California. And we're driving for a long time. And I see a sign that says San Marcos next exit. I was like, dude, we've been driving for a long time. I was like, we're already back in Texas already. Yeah, no, San Marcos, Texas. It's a little town. Yeah, do not use TikTok unless you've watched Mandalorian because people are monsters. But yeah, after you've watched it, yeah, get on TikTok. People are great. People are funny. Unless you're saying not to use TikTok at all, which I don't know.
You pretty much got to stay off of all social media if you don't watch this episode right now. I mean, you've stayed up this late. You might as well watch the episode.
Yeah. Thanks, Matt, for staying up with us. I won't tell anybody if you watch the episode, Matt. I'm just saying, man. I'm not gonna tell anybody. I know that's terrible. No TikTok. Just don't do TikTok. Okay. I use TikTok. All right, guys. Don't make fun of me.
We have a TikTok for the podcast.
Yeah, and I have my own personal one. I do dance challenge. I don't do dance challenge. I'm just joking.
You ought to.
I should. We don't.
I would
take life
watch
lessons from teenagers.
Yeah, I would heart it.
All right, what time is it right now? All right, I better
One
get
fifty
going
three.
guys, so I can start getting ready to watch it and getting my popcorn and everything. And guys, it was awesome talking to all of you. I may be back for the post show. It depends on how late this episode is going to go. We'll allow it. Thank you. Thank y'all so much, and I hopefully will see y'all in a bit. And enjoy watching Mandalorian with the Star Wars Stuff podcast. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later.
All right, James. Have a good one.
Adios.
All right, bye. All right, yeah. Colin said that he's about to join, so he's just getting ready.
Sounds good. Do we know how long the episode is going to be yet?
We don't. There wasn't even really a rumor. I think there was like a small rumor that it was going to be another 57-minute. So just like the first chapter of the season.
My plan is about an hour.
Yeah.
Seems right. A lot still has to happen. Something has to finish. So
Alonzo Coral says 37 minutes.
37.
That would be pretty quick. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really see an official rumor today, but then again, I didn't really look that hard.
I didn't want to look. I want to experience, with
the surprise and shock. I'm going to turn on my TV right now. Bring it up here. So yeah, hopefully we can synchronize this so we can have our live reaction recorded here.
Yeah, I think we'll probably just have to all press play at the same time as my guess.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we can really start like a viewing party in any reasonable amount of time because that'd take a little bit to set up.
Yeah.
Group watch, that's the Disney name.
Yeah, I wonder what Colin is doing. Is he putting on like a 3-piece suit or something?
Yeah, apparently, because you gotta look good. I guess that's the case.
Yeah, for season 1, we had 39 minutes, 32 minutes, 37 minutes, 41 minutes, 35 minutes, 43 minutes, 40 minutes, and 48 minutes. So season 2, 54 minutes, 41 minutes, 35 minutes, 39 minutes, 47 minutes, 33 minutes, 38 minutes.
Yeah, the finale last year was only 49. Interesting. I thought it was longer than that. I watched all of season 1 yesterday. I tried to also get through season 2, but I stuff I had to do, unfortunately. But
yeah,
I did get caught up, getting pumped. Be good. Be really good.
Yeah, we're 4 minutes away, guys. And Colin is still not here. I think I'm going to change the banner here.
You guys going to be streaming through the episode? Yes, we are.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I should have my short trooper armor fully done this weekend. So I'm
nice.
Getting pumped. Do you got the ammo bag right here? And I 3D printed like filler stuff for it, so it's like pops out now. It's not like flat. So
cool
stuff. Did you know this is like actually from like it's like a combat used like ammo bag? It's like Czech Republic or something. Or I'm probably butchering that who the origin of this is. But yeah.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about that's the cool thing about Star Wars. They have a lot of like pieces that you can actually pull from Army surplus, and there's actually a Facebook page where it's like dedicated to that, to finding out what stuff they actually use and kind of like piecemealed and kit bashed together to make what was presented on the show.
It's like Star Wars parts. Is that what I'm thinking of? There's
I think I posted it in our Facebook group, and I did like their page, but I haven't seen anything recently that's popped up on my feed. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I always think about, because my wife is like, I'm going to go to garage sales. And it's like, I always think, man, the holy grail would be to find one of those shotgun lights from those old cameras. Because that's what the lightsabers are made of.
Yeah. It's so funny when you actually look at like what the actual like camera flash holder looks like. Because it's 100% Luke Skywalker's.
It's pretty rad.
2 minutes, my goodness.
All right, here we go. Here's
I'm
Colin.
so excited.
Oh, we got a Colin.
Yeah.
We got a Colin.
It's like 3 a.m. Let's do this.
Oh man, I'm so tired.
Commentary
sucks, that's why.
Dude, I took a nap, thank God. I would not be able to do this if I didn't take a nap.
I've been sleeping since 10. I got up at
Yeah, same. Yep. I was gonna say, you can tell on my face, and you can probably tell on Sam's that we just woke up. That's super funny. Ugh. All right, guys. Who's excited?
Oh man, I'm super hyped. 1 minute away, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you barely made it, Colin. What was going on?
Well, I was trying to figure everything out, because this is our first time doing live stream on this platform. So so I have to watch The Mandalorian from a different device, correct?
Yeah. You could probably watch it on your laptop, but you just won't be able to see your reaction.
Oh, okay. I mean, I have seen both of your reactions to multiple things, so I'll just picture that in my head and being like, oh, yep, it's that same thing.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Can you guys still see me?
Yeah.
6.
Right. I can see you.
5, 4.
Just doing the countdown.
All right, here we go. Refreshing.
Is it there?
Is it there? Is it there?
I don't think it's going to be there exactly at 3:00. I mean,
Oh, no, that's chapter season 1. Hold up.
I think you have to go out.
Okay. I'm up.
It's there. It's there.
Wow, that quick. Whoa.
46 minutes.
Okay.
Slow. I'm ready.
The Mandalorian and the child continue their journey through a dangerous galaxy.
Well, at least you know the child's in it. I am all ready when you guys are.
David just ran away, so I guess just you and me, buddy. Here we go.
All right, so if people are not seeing my my hashtag on my screen, it says Max Rebo lives. That's going to be trending at Star Celebration in 2020.
I'm ready. All right, David, you ready? I'm ready to push play. I'm right on the thing. Let's go.
Yep, same. Just tell me when.
I'm gonna set up my. Hold on.
Who's excited? Who's
Star
excited?
Wars. That's watchable. Look, our fans. They're minutes ahead of us now.
I can't see any of you, so I don't know what's going on.
That's okay.
All right, yeah, I'm just gonna hook my mic. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yours, though, Colin. Yeah.
Yep. I can still hear you guys.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, I was telling David I put like 8 hours in every day for the last 4 days of my short trooper.
Yeah, dude.
It should be done this weekend. I'm hoping by the time you come up, it'll be done.
Who are you submitting to? Have you been talking to people yet, or no?
No, I was all focused on getting it done.
Okay. That is a hard transition.
So
Yeah. I was gonna say it just depends on who you talk to. In Michigan, she actually won, I believe, second place at Star Wars Celebration. Her name is Miranda, but she is she's a shore trooper. I believe she's like a sergeant or something like that. Like she's a higher rank shore trooper.
Spy captain.
Yeah. So that's someone that you should message because she'll probably know. Dave, are you ready?
Yeah, this is ridiculous, man. Come on.
David.
We could be 2 minutes in.
David. I can't see any. Hang on.
Yeah, let's go. Just play it.
All right, ready? 3,
2.
Yeah,
1.
I couldn't get my Bluetooth to tie up.
Okay.
I'm watching the recap.
Yeah, me too. Wait. You're skipping it?
No, I'm watching it.
Okay, good. It's Snoke.
I did bring Bo-Katan, so she'll probably show up.
Yep. Oh, possibly Ahsoka.
I don't know. That's just probably telling us the Jedi's going to show up.
I can't believe we're up right now. Oh, well, that's a hint. That's a total hint that we'll probably see a Jedi at the end of this. Here's the Dark Troopers. Yeah, it does. All right, guys, here we go. This season started in November. It's ending in December with the boys. Let's do this.
I do love this intro.
Yeah.
The Star Wars logo thing. Pretty cool. Here we go.
Wait, what? Oh, sick.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, I know who that is.
What's the doctor guy? Whatever his name is.
No. I'm not talking about the doctor guy. I'm talking about that pilot. Oh, we never seen Slave One do that before. It was pretty badass. That is such a cool shot. Oh man, that's great. I'm surprised they're not wearing helmets. Oh, he's got the spear on. He's ready to fight.
Ooh.
Oh, dang. He's full Empire. Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no. Oh! Triggered.
With the episode.
That was a strong opening. Oh my gosh.
rescue,
All the
okay,
rescue. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Okay. Tatooine?
That's what I was thinking.
Are they going back for Cobb? Uh-oh. What?
I don't think it's Tatooine.
Okay. There's no way that they're in Mandalore. There's no way. Is that the ghost? No. No, it's not the ghost. Sorry. I'm just getting super excited. Oh, that's so cool. There they are. Ooh. Oh, she's totally in.
Okay, that's cool.
Ooh.
Filthy mudblood.
Oh my gosh. Oh shoot. Oh. This is not a good look. This is not a good look. Ooh. He's such a dad. I love it. He's like, I will do anything for my son. $700 can fit in that thing?
It's basically a Star Destroyer.
Huh. I have no idea why, but I got a gut feeling that someone's not going to make it.
Either Fennec or the other Mandalorian chick.
Yeah.
It's my money. Maybe
Oh,
Cara
okay.
Dune if they wanted to.
That ended up being Sabine, though. I'd be really blown
There's
away.
no way.
Yeah. Okay, that is a cool way to. Oh, okay. This is something that we've never really seen before.
Make that do a ride, man.
Oh, that looks great. Oh,
Do it
come
from the ship.
on.
That's so cool.
That looks fantastic. Oh no. This is where the fun begins. That actually was not the worst crash landing that we've ever seen in Star Wars. That probably was the cleanest. Oh,
Oh,
all of them?
apparently they're going all out.
That is very excessive.
Pretty cool though, man.
Did we just hear dubstep in Star Wars for the very first time? Oh, he's totally going to use that spear.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. I wonder why our ray shield's right there. I didn't see any ships. Unless they're above, like TIE fighters above. Okay, come on. That's great. Oh, no! Wait for it.
Yeah, all right.
Dang.
Pretty hot, not gonna lie.
If they're launching all of them right now, that's going to be an insane fight. And they'll be highly outgunned.
You'll see.
Ooh. He just peeked his head.
Oh man.
Oh, jeez. Look at these
looks-
guys. Oh, gosh.
Serious like Phantom Menace vibes when
Yeah.
all the
Oh,
guys get deployed.
speaking of, that's funny. Oh. How does your gun jam? It's probably overheated. Oh my gosh. Oh,
Yeah, okay.
okay. Now focus your time to unjam your gun. There you go. Wow. Oh no, he comes around the corner. They walk out.
Oh boy.
Oh shoot.
Oh.
Oh no, Mando, run,
that's cool.
run, Mando, run, bro. Oh shoot, dude. Okay, good,
Oh, classic 1v1, right?
bro.
Oh my
Dude.
gosh.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
They need to
god.
make a Rock'em Sock'em robots with Dark Troopers.
I don't, no, hurry and grab your spear, man. Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
That's crazy. That's not gonna do anything.
Dude, they have a full army of these things.
Yeah, I know. This is not.
Oh, weak spot. All right.
There you go. Go old school. There you go. All right. Yes.
It's not the last time we
Classic.
saw them though. They have like Iron Man
Yeah.
jetpacks. Sort of a mud scuffer.
Dang. I wish they had that blaster in Battlefront too. Dang. Ooh. Where is Gideon? Ooh.
Oh jeez.
Man, dude. Holy oh shoot. Oh man, he's gonna open that door. I guarantee he's gonna be holding the child. Knew it. Dang. Aw. He's like, Dad. He never said anything about the spear, though.
All right, place your bets. Is Moff Gideon Force sentient or not?
I don't know. Oh. Rules. Mm-hmm. He's not gonna fall.
He's got a heart.
No, he doesn't. No. I don't believe it. I think they're gonna fight. I think he's gonna try and stab him in the back.
I think he's gonna try to lock him in. Okay.
Oh, I saw. Yeah, I saw that coming from a mile away.
Get the spear.
Man, he's getting his ass kicked this episode.
Pretty cool, though.
Come on, man, grab it.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
I knew this was coming.
Ooh. It's really heating up. Interesting. Oh, that was sick. He kicked it. Oh, nice. Oh, shoot. Dude, come on, man. Shoot. Oh, no. I'm so tensing up right now.
So
Oh, he's wielding it.
he bested him in combat. He's the rightful
Oh, yeah. Oh, oh no. Oh no. She's not gonna be happy. Oh crap. Customs. Shoot. This is an interesting twist. Okay, well then don't kill Din. Just fight him. Oh no. Oh, come on. Is it the Dark Troopers? Oh, we actually do get to see him in action. Hell yeah.
Oh, we know their heads are weak points.
Oh, they're all coming back. Oh, they're screwed. I'm kind of curious on how he just faced one. I don't know, Sam. I'm starting to think he might be force sensitive.
Moth? Or it would be a switch, like if he didn't beat him in combat.
Oh yeah. Oh, come on.
Who's gonna get shot, Colin?
I don't know. I mean, if it ends up being Cara Dune, I would be surprised. But I'm
anyone off.
Oh yeah, no. I feel like anyone's an option.
Except the child.
Oh, he looks so drained. I feel so bad for him.
I was hoping Grogu was gonna beat Moff Gideon in combat and be the true holder of the dark saber. Technically, Grogu could be trained with a lightsaber, straight up.
Yeah, but
Can you imagine?
It would be interesting. Oh, geez. How are they going to play this one out?
E22.
Oh, Sam, that blaster looks familiar.
Yeah, it does. I don't have mine in the room, unfortunately.
Oh man, I'm so terrified. What's gonna happen? To be continued. That would stink.
I love that. It's so menacing.
They are like, oh man. Jeez. Oh jeez. Hey, as long as the child lives, right? Oh my gosh. Do you think someone's gonna come in and save him at the last minute?
Maybe. That'd be cool. But Luke shows up and starts. I can't imagine. He couldn't have gotten there.
Gee. X-Wing. Oh, David. David. Oh no.
It could be Luke.
If this ends up being Luke Skywalker, oh my god. No way. No way. No. No. Oh my god.
It's gotta be, right? Like,
I mean, I can't see David's face, but I guarantee he's freaking out right now.
it's gotta be.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see.
Luke coming. This is going to be huge. Some epic music is playing. Oh my god. If it ends up being Sebastian.
I don't know.
No way. Oh my god. It's Luke.
I
That
think it's. I mean,
that has to be Luke or Mara Jade.
It's
I'm
Luke.
thinking. Or oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, it's Luke. Oh. Are you shitting me? No way. I've seen the lightsaber handle. Oh my god, it's Luke! Ah! Ah, yes! Okay, he has to be played by Sebastian Stan. There's no way. Oh my god. Dude, he's walking so epically too.
don't you dare!
Oh, if she dies. Oh, he was ready to. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is great.
Oh, they're gonna be best friends.
Interesting.
You know that?
Oh my gosh. Okay. If it ends up being Sebastian Stan, the rumors were right. This is the greatest thing. And on top of that, we are like seeing
Did
Luke
that
like in
or it's
full
a
like
deepfake, it's like a. We'll see what they do. I'm really curious.
oh, this is crazy. Luke Skywalker. We know it's him. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, get him, boy. Yes. Ah, look at that. That's crazy. Oh.
Oh, he's coming. Oh my gosh.
Oh. Oh, I'm gonna freak out. Ugh. Oh. Is she okay? Okay, she's okay. Good.
Yep.
Why? It's a Jedi. I cannot wait to see his face. Is it Sebastian Stan?
We're about to see it.
It's Sebastian Stan. Oh, no way. Are we right? Are we right?
He looks freaking good. Yeah, I think it is.
Whoa. They ended up doing a deep fake on him.
Looks a little off.
Yeah.
The music. Oh, I'm gonna cry, man.
They actually did a really good job with his voice. Wow, Luke Skywalker. That's crazy. No, we'll cry. Don't do it.
Oh.
No. This sucks. Ugh. Oh, he's taking his helmet off.
Freaking hug him, man.
Don't cry. No, don't go. Please don't go. Oh. That's great. It's R2.
Oh, they're gonna be best friends. They're gonna be best freaking friends.
That is a great shot right there. Holy crap. Aw. Aw, he's leaving. That's sad.
His face looks off.
They actually did a really, I mean, I was kind of thrown off at first.
It doesn't look as good.
No, I
I
mean,
think Tarkin looks better, honestly.
yeah, well, I mean, I don't think they ended up doing a deep fake, and I think they should have. This is so sad. Okay, there are a lot of good shots in this. Oh man. Oh no. Oh, that's so sad.
Wow.
That can't be the end.
Oh my gosh. So they're gonna leave.
Don't do this to me. Are you kidding me?
Well, we
How
gotta
long
wait
are the
a
credits
year.
on? Why are the credits 7 minutes?
There might be a post-credit scene. Do you want to sit through? We can talk a little bit.
Yes.
Holy crap.
What was that? Okay, during this, I didn't hear David. Is David there?
I think I don't know. Is switching?
David,
There's a
how's it
lot-
going?
All right,
How's it going, pal? Yeah.
can you hear me?
Holy shit!
There's a lot. Of
I'm sorry for my language. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Holy stuff!
Wow, that was
Mark
crazy.
Hamill, special. Anybody?
Yeah.
Oh, there's an
yeah,
end credit scene, maybe.
That's what Sam said. Because of the credits are 7 minutes long. That's
Would they really do that at the end of a season though? I mean, unless it's like a super cliffhanger.
yes. Yep.
Mark
Oh, yeah, I
Hamill.
saw that.
Mark Hamill was credited.
I like kind of did skim the end. There is an after credit scene.
Okay. I'll sit patient.
So
That was
Favreau and
crazy.
Filoni did it.
Yeah, but
They pulled it off, right?
It looked pretty CG.
His face did throw me off at first, but then when like it went through it, I got used to it. But it was good. It was good, and I'm actually glad it was Luke Skywalker. I didn't know if they would go that route because of Mark Hamill said that his journey was done with Luke. So I didn't think that he would come back and do anything for him.
Star Wars, though, right? Like to have
It did.
Star
It did.
Wars.
They really did crush Luke, but I think that might be one of his own appearances because of doing that deep fake stuff is probably difficult. I mean, and especially since this is a TV show, so
Yeah, I wish they would have.
I don't know, man, because like kids
Yeah.
in their basement do the deep fake stuff. I just don't know.
you could tell that was not deep fake technology, though.
No, it was CG'd over.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's totally
here we
rendered.
go. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Tatooine. Jabba's palace.
Rebo? Max Rebo lives?
Oh my god! Please.
Max Rebo.
Good morning, guards. Who's on the throne? Bib Fortuna. Oh, he got fat.
The frog is missing though.
That has to be Maul.
Maul,
Blaster.
maybe.
McClunky, is that what you just said?
Crimson Dawn.
He also just said McClunky.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Oh, it's
Yeah.
Fennec. Okay.
Yeah.
There is a line in chapter 5 about her being with the Hutts. So
Why are they there?
I think Fennec has some unfinished business with the. Not the place to stand.
I am curious on. I'm curious on why he came back here.
Don't stand right there. Oh, geez.
Oh,
Wonga.
well,
Wanawanga.
we didn't see that much of Bib Fortuna's return.
It's a little sad. I don't know.
No way.
Oh,
What?
yes.
Are you kidding me? Oh no way!
Max Rebo.
Oh, what? Boba Fett's yeah, no Max Rebo, unfortunately. What? So he is taking over the book of Boba Fett.
What's how they're announcing the show?
Coming December
That's how they're
2021,
announcing it?
dude. There you go. Wow.
I told you.
That's actually sick. If they're like in Jabba's palace and like doing Tatooine and like, oh, that's so classic.
Wow. Dang, that was a good finale. That was a good finale. Oh my gosh.
So wait, in December next year we get Mandalorian and Boba Fett. Is that what I'm
Well,
understanding, or is
well,
or did
I heard, yeah.
is the Christmas
Well,
thing actually Boba Fett?
well, yeah, because of during the meeting, she said that that the next chapter will be coming in December. I mean that it will be coming during Christmas of next year, but she never said season 3. Technically,
Do they take a season off? You're saying? Do Boba Fett? I mean, I can't imagine, but like it would continue. The thing is, we have to know what happens with Moff Gideon and like Bo-Katan.
yeah. Well, I mean, we'll probably find out on the Ahsoka show, and we'll probably find out on
I can't imagine obviously do that in the next episode of Mandalorian, which
on the
Christmas Day, but
they could do it on the Rangers of the New Republic, and I could see Mando showing up in that. But
Yeah, spoilers, guys. If you're still watching, spoilers.
now I'm kind of sad.
you gotta wait a while now, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be a series, Minor Bond.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll push Mandalorian back. They might have 2 concurrent running shows. Actually, you know what? Boba Fett is going to take the spot of the Mandalorian. Boba Fett's going to end, and then the Mandalorian season 3 is going to start.
You think so?
Yeah, that's probably how it's happening because they announced at Christmas for Chapter 3.
So you think it's gonna go, and then it will. That's an interesting theory.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
That's
I mean, I'm okay if we get like 16 weeks straight of Star Wars. I'm okay with it. You know.
Yeah. Go 16 straight weeks.
I bet you're right. I bet you it's Boba Fett season 1.
And see, the rumors played out. I mean, there's a Boba Fett show being filmed right now.
Yeah, and it does make sense why they didn't announce it during the.
They wanted to make the announcement. They made this finale huge.
Yeah. Luke Skywalker was on our list. But I just don't think a lot of people thought they would because they would have to do the whole deep fake. I mean, like the whole CGI stuff. So I think that's why a lot of people. No,
I didn't. I don't know.
I'll probably have to re-watch it again and just kind of go over it. But I mean, it was cool. I loved seeing Luke Skywalker. That was great. And they, I mean, if Mark Hamill ended up doing the actual like voice for it, and they just kind of tuned it to where it sounded like he did in Return of the Jedi, they did a phenomenal job with that. Seeing R2 and Grogu.
They're gonna be best freaking friends, man.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, obviously, the question is like, what happened to Grogu, right?
Well, are we gonna get a Luke Skywalker show now? That's the question. A new Jedi Academy.
No, they need to fix his face.
Yeah. Like I mean, see, this did answer some. Actually, I don't know. Well, okay, I think it did. I think it did answer the question of who answered the call through the Force, and that was Luke Skywalker. That was a question answered. But now there's other questions that it's leaving us with. For example, are Din and Bo-Katan have to fight now for her in order to get the sword, and then we have no idea what's going on with the whole cloning thing. We have no idea what's going to happen to Moff Gideon. So many more questions made. This whole season did feel like Empire Strikes Back, but at the same time, this ending was not even close.
Well,
It kind of ended on a happy, cool note, in my opinion.
Well, they could have gotten a bunch of Grogu's blood. Like, I mean, Moff said that, but it's possible they got like enough that they can continue the project. And maybe that's why like Snoke looks so messed up, because they didn't have like pure metachlorians. I don't know, to work with. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. I think they will phase off. I could see them. I mean, again, it'll probably happen in season 3. I mean, I'm kind of scared about the whole season 3 situation, because if they didn't fully confirm it, she said that the next chapter will start. So if Dave Filoni or Favreau end up posting something on their Instagram like they did last year of saying season 3 will be coming out, like how and here's like a sneak peek, and they showed like a Gamorrean guard. If they did something like that for season 3 where they said season 3, then I'll be satisfied. But I'm kind of scared that they haven't fully confirmed season 3 yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on back, James.
Yeah,
He's
James.
liking stuff on Facebook. Yeah, I want to get his opinion on what he saw. So the first planet we saw when they arrive, you're thinking that was Mandalore, possibly?
I mean, well, at first I did, but then when they actually went on there, I mean, I saw some weeds and stuff like that, and that whole the whole planet of Mandalore is like nothing but white dust. It's not like that, so I don't think it was. I thought it was Tatooine at first too when they got there, but then
it very well could be a planet we don't know of, and we might go back there.
Yeah.
So when was the last time we saw Mandalore?
Rebels.
It was in Star Wars Rebels,
And that was
the
the actual
actual.
referring to?
Yeah, that was the
season.
last canon timeline that I mean, like on the screen, is the last time we saw it in Star Wars Rebels was in the last season of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Joshua. I want to see what happens with Grogu and Luke. I think we will. I think we'll see the end of that story at some point. Maybe it's not in this show, but they have to clear up that end. Why wasn't he in Rise of Skywalker and stuff?
I can't believe that they went to Jabba's palace and we didn't see Max Rebo. I mean,
you didn't even see the piano.
Do you think?
I know. No. Here's the thing. If Bib Fortuna can live, if Boba Fett can live, then Max Rebo can live. That is my thing. And this is not an off-topic rant.
I agree.
Yeah.
I actually genuinely I wouldn't be surprised if they brought him back. He's a fan favorite for sure, and
yes. In Legends, he actually jumped off the sail barge before the explosion. So
he's alive.
I know, but we can't fully confirm until. But yeah, no, I love the episode. I thought it was fantastic. Din really got his he was thrown all over the place in this episode. He did use that spear well. Do you guys think that the season finale, I mean, because of how through like a movie series or like a TV series, it all builds up to this moment, and then that moment comes, and sometimes that moment is not as satisfying as you want it to be. Was this ending satisfying to all of you, of this season?
Yeah, man, the shock of what we just saw. I mean, we wanted it so bad, and we got it.
Luke Skywalker. I just didn't.
My only complaint, it might be that I felt like it was too easy. It's I don't know. I mean, it's because they only had an hour, but it just felt. It felt too easy. If they made it harder or something, they probably could have gone in. But that's a super minor critique. Phenomenal episode for sure.
I still think that they should have gone with Mace Windu. I think.
After seeing Luke on screen, I think that was the right choice. And obviously, we already know Luke has a precedent for like training the next generation of Jedi. You know, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe Leia takes him even Grogu. You know, who knows?
Well, something else that a question that has been made is now where is Grogu in the Rise of Skywalker and
I think he joined the Knights of Ren. I think they're gonna animate him in. They're gonna animate another one into all like, you know, they always add they added post to the trilogy. They'll add a post CGI like really small Knight of Ren next to the.
Oh man,
sequel trilogy special editions on the way.
I want to see Grogu wield the lightsaber yet at some point. That's what I want to see.
That's crazy. I like. Oh man, like I mean, I'm gonna have to watch that episode again. But I loved. I loved it. I loved the feeling of it. I thought Bo-Katan got killed for a second. I thought when like she went down,
like, are they really gonna do this?
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
no. Oh man, no. For the Easter eggs, I don't know. I want to talk about them, but I feel like that, like I know there's more, and we have to rewatch it again to.
We'll talk about the ones that you noticed.
Well,
Luke Skywalker in there. He was in the background. I don't know if you saw him. R2-D2 actually made an appearance, really briefly. He was in there.
So I'm seeing one right now. I'm replaying it, and it looks like there's a seismic charge graphic on the Star Destroyer.
Oh,
it's kind of interesting.
So
or hold on, no, they're on Slave One. My bad, they haven't got out yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Bo-Katan, Din Djarin, and Pershing.
Jeez, seeing Luke Skywalker and R2-D2 with the child in that crew, it's amazing. I mean, it really is, because of that character is so iconic and he is so important to so many people. I mean, I know when that episode happened where he was calling a Force where Grogu was calling someone through the Force.
And logic told us it had to be Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was going to be.
I didn't think it was going to be either.
No,
leading up to the episode. But I mean, it's like that's the most logical Jedi out there.
And the other thing is like when Yoda's like, you know, the last of the Jedi you will be. You know, like when he says that, like I like that that's a true statement. You know,
yeah.
I don't like the idea that they just keep adding other Jedi. You know, that means something. You know, it means something.
Yeah.
So,
I think when he says that it's the last of the trained Jedi by Jedi that were already trained, that he actually knows of. I know it's like making a stretch, but I mean,
because I mean, at that point, like obviously Leia becomes a Jedi afterwards, right? But I think at that moment, I think that's probably true. So, what? I'm sorry, this is maybe a dumb question. What happens to Ezra? I can't remember
So at the end of Rebels, for those who haven't watched Rebels, spoiler alert, he ends up saving the crew, and he is in a star. He is in Grand Admiral Thrawn's Star Destroyer, and then these space whales come in. I know it sounds weird, but these space whales come in. They end up attaching to the ship, and then they end up taking the ship into hyperspace, and then you never see them again. But we know that Thrawn is alive during this period, because of the episode that we saw Ahsoka in the Mandalorian, and most likely, that ending scene in the last episode of Star Wars Rebels, where Ahsoka goes to Lothal to go pick up Sabine Wren, that apparently Dave Filoni is implying that scene takes place after the episode that we saw Ahsoka in the Mandalorian. And the Ahsoka series will pick up after that. and we'll see a live action Sabine most likely, and a Captain Rex, and all that stuff, and that's going to be huge.
I bet you it's a little bit more Rebels heavy. Be my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that's where we see Thrawn. I do not see, unless Moff Gideon's like done now.
Yeah.
And then like something else needs to happen in the next season, then maybe we get a Thrawn. But I can't see them doing that. I think we see Thrawn in Ahsoka, and they were just teasing to that. So, and then if Thrawn shows up, then you're probably right that Ezra will make an appearance too.
I feel like the Mandalorian is the
versus bad, etc. Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah. So I feel like the Mandalorian is kind of like the Iron Man of Star Wars right now. Two came off. There will be 2 spin-offs, and then it'll come back to Mandalorian. So I feel like this is kind of like an MCU situation where like characters are getting spin-offs and then they're slowly coming back. Yes, we are very excited to see the future of Star Wars. Yeah.
More possibilities, more expansion. This is
crazy. It is good time to be a Star Wars fan.
Oh man,
it's gonna turn into like what scares me a little bit is like for so long Star Wars was fairly like approachable for fans. Like if you were a casual fan, you could just watch like the 6 movies.
Oh yeah.
And now like even with Mandalorian, like now you need to know like Clone Wars and you need to know Rebels, and then it's gonna get a little deeper.
Well, I mean, I don't think you need to. I think that yeah. I think it will be kind of a subtle hint to people, meaning like, wait, what? Oh, I would love to know more about this character. Wait, there's like a whole series. I have to check this out. And now that these shows are on a streaming platform for people to watch, it's going to be a lot easier for people to catch up on it, because of when Disney Plus first came out and people were like, I've never seen Star Wars. And then I'm like, do you have Disney Plus? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, well, then you don't have an excuse not to watch it now. It's all right in front of you. And that's the same with Star Wars Rebels and Clone Wars, and the future of Star Wars is crazy. And now there's over 11 projects happening that we know about instead of 10. And that 11th project is the Book of Boba Fett. Now, what do you guys think is going to happen in there?
I think they're gonna have a throwback scene at some point, probably in the first couple episodes, where we see him get out of the Sarlacc pit. That's one thing I'm calling. And then I think it'll be a little, some scum and villainy, and or just a guy.
If Max Rebo doesn't show up in that show, I will lose it.
Yeah, clearly someone from Lucasfilm was listening to the podcast, Colin. It's
hey,
yeah,
I was hoping.
Hey, man,
that would be so great.
Man,
yeah, and maybe some 1313 stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The video game can become part of the series. I mean, because they had a whole story for that, and they could just kind of just roll that into a live action series, part of that storyline.
Yeah. Now, if we ended up seeing a younger version of Boba Fett, that would be the time to bring in Daniel Logan. I think that would be the great time to do it. But I just know that, because I've been seeing his posts and he just keeps putting like, it's like the deep fake stuff. Like the Gibson stuff, but I believe it's called face swap, and he's been putting his face onto Tim Morrison's face, and he's been doing that a lot. And I think he really, really, really wants to get back into that role, which I agree. But I think if they ended up doing something directly after the Clone Wars or something, that would be the perfect way to bring that actor in. But I don't think right now would be a really good time to do it, because of the fact that Tim Morrison is still doing this, and he is crushing it right now. And
when I saw him in Aquaman, I thought he looked great. I thought he was ready to come back, and obviously, he's back.
That moment when they walked back into Jabba's palace. Yes, I did think of that scene too. I did think of that scene too. Oh man, no.
What I'm excited about is they have that set, like
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Colin. The comment on screen right now, that's from Craig from Facebook.
Oh, hi, Craig. What's up, man? Dude, Max Rebo. He's gonna be coming back.
back.
Oh man. Yeah, no, that now we are back on Tatooine and we're in Jabba's palace. We see Bib Fortuna. He is like, I need to be like my boss because he gained like a lot of weight. You could tell he gained a lot of weight sitting on that throne. And I'm just kind of curious on what Fett's thought process is. He's like, I don't care. That throne is mine. Jabba's gone. I've lost a lot, but I'm getting it all back now. Let's do this. And then he sits on that throne in the coolest style of all time. He just sits there. He like has his gun. Fennec Shand is with him. So in that series, I think that she'll play a larger role. I love that. That actress is now part of Star Wars. I mean, she is a great actress. She is she is the original voice of help me out. I'm really tired. Sam, help me.
Mulan.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm really tired, guys. And she was also in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well.
Yeah.
So seeing that transition from Disney to Marvel to Star Wars now is incredible. And she is a wonderful actress. So I'm glad that she has joined the ranks of Star Wars actors.
She's freaking cool, man. Fennec's awesome.
Yeah. And she will be making her next appearance in the Bad Batch. So, yeah.
Yeah, that comes out in March.
Spring, early spring, I'm thinking, and most likely it would probably be May 4th.
That's late spring, but well, I know it's not. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, yeah.
It's too early, late, whatever it is.
They're also talking about the new Star Wars Lego game coming out in spring of 2021. I'm like, that's also gonna come out not in Star Wars Day. So most likely going forward on Star Wars Day, they'll probably do some type of release of something for it. Because it was such a big hit last year for all the stuff that they dropped for it. I remember waking up and just remembering that we were in a pandemic, but then waking up being like, there's new episode of the Clone Wars, there is Gallery, there are and now the Rise of Skywalker's on Disney Plus, and all this stuff is I loved it. And I think that if they keep going forward and putting new stuff on Disney Plus on May 4th and releasing new stuff, is perfect. But now that I live in Florida, I'm going to be at Galaxy's Edge that day. I already got the day off, so I'm going to be there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, no, going back to the episode, before like we saw anything, what was your guys' expectations for it? Like, what happened that you wanted to happen, and what didn't happen that you wanted to happen?
Yeah, it was pretty much what I kind of expected. I mean, I didn't know if it was going to be Luke or somebody else, but I thought we'd see a Jedi. I thought we'd, a Moth ship, and I thought we'd, do some stuff. I was not expecting Din Djarin to get the Darksaber. That adds a really interesting twist.
Yeah.
See how it plays out for sure.
Yeah. So
she didn't look happy.
Yeah, it's so funny because right beforehand during the pre-show, James and I talked about how that every episode this season it kind of doesn't play out the way you think it's going to play out, and it feels like they go over and beyond Filoni and Favreau, and they give us what we want, but not what we're thinking reality is going to give us in a way, And I mean, it just played out in this episode, and I mean, just seeing the green lightsaber, man. I mean, it doesn't feel real right now.
No.
When I saw it, I almost felt like throwing up. I mean, it's just so meaningful. I think to
Yeah.
a certain a certain like group of fans that just wanted Luke Skywalker just to dominate in The Last Jedi, and we did not get that. We got that tonight.
Yeah, we got
Oh,
an
yeah.
It's hard to process.
trilogy, so it was cool to see like Luke.
Right. Yeah, we thought we were going to get this in The Last Jedi. I mean,
Right.
we
And
thought we were going to
didn't.
get what we just saw on TV in The Last Jedi, and I don't think Filoni liked The Last Jedi. I think
No.
I think he's yeah, he just doesn't favor that film. Yeah, I've never heard him say anything glowing about The Last Jedi. I don't think anyone's really even asked him. I think he's kind of in a rare position where people don't ask him those questions because he wasn't as famous as he is now. And of course, he rarely does like red carpet stuff, and I don't think he
Yeah.
really makes himself available to media as much. And it's usually like he was on the Star Wars show. I mean, he's talking to Andy, who's his friend.
Right.
But I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot to react to and a lot to process here.
Yeah, you are gonna have to crop our reaction to seeing Luke Skywalker appear, because of all of our actions combined, like our reactions combined. It's
I didn't think it was Luke
hilarious.
Skywalker until like the bitter end. The X-wing showed up. We saw the green lightsaber, but I was like, oh, it's not gonna be Luke. They're not gonna give it to us. And
Who do you think it was?
Yeah, as soon as
well, because I mean, it kind of defies like our expectations. You know, like I just said. I mean, we got freaking Luke Skywalker. I mean, that's like the ultimate. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't go past that.
Who do you
And
think
I mean,
it was though? Before you
unknown
realized it was
Jedi,
Luke?
unknown Jedi with green lightsaber.
Well, I was gonna say if it ended up not being Luke Skywalker, it could have been Cal Kestis, but in my mind, seeing the X-wing like just kind of pull in and the music started to play, I was like, that has to be Luke, and I called it off the bat. I was like, that has to be Luke. There's no way that's not Luke. There's no way a Jedi shows up in an X-wing and that not being Luke. We probably could have tell off the bat that it was Luke if we looked closer at R2D2, like in his thing. We like probably could have told off the bat, but yeah, I just know that there was so much going on, so no one was just like, wait. But seeing him in action, seeing his lightsaber, his green lightsaber, that was awesome. That was fantastic. The last time that we actually really saw him with his green lightsaber was in the campaign for Star Wars Battlefront 2. And that mission was great. But seeing him come in and doing the whole thing with Grogu now kind of leaves the question of where is Grogu during the sequel trilogy?
You can't really see R2 in the X-wing.
No, you can't. Okay. All right. Well,
maybe if you're looking for him, oh yeah, that's where R2 would be, but you can't tell.
Yeah.
That's R2.
Okay. Yeah. So where do you guys think that Grogu is during the original, I mean the sequel trilogy, or do you think when the whole thing went down where like Ben Solo becomes Kylo Ren, do you think that he died during that?
I like to think he went into exile and didn't die.
He went into exile. Oh, that's so interesting.
They're gonna have to follow up on that. I don't think he perished. No, I don't think that happened.
They cannot kill him, and yeah, they'll come up with a reason why he wasn't.
Yeah, see, so many questions. What happens there? What happens between Bo-Katan?
Now that if he knows Luke Skywalker, he's in it. Like he's there. He's right there with Ben Solo. So like, why did Grogu not show up? Clearly, the man's got some wild powers. So,
and it sucks because
he's still gonna be
dude.
In in his Force Awakens and stuff. So
even though this isn't a movie, I feel like we got a movie, because of now, we have to wait until next year to find out what happens. And it's just like, oh man, it's just a whole year, guys. We have to wait a whole year to find out what happens.
It'll come quick, and I think the Boba Fett book of Boba Fett is going to be something that's going to satiate us.
Yeah. And
wait a year for that, so it doesn't.
yeah. I mean, and
a little less than a year, I think.
Yeah.
It might actually premiere in August. I'm thinking.
I thought it said December.
December.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's what I heard from some of the rumors, but yeah. Okay.
That's only like a couple episodes. It's like
Okay, yeah, my bad.
They say Kenobi's only 4 episodes. So
I'm thinking about so much here.
I mean, then you can think Mandalorian could still come out on December 25th if they just had like 3 episodes.
But see, in that announcement, Kathleen Kennedy did not say the Mandalorian is returning. They said the next chapter is coming.
Yeah, so that is what scares me.
I think you're right on that. It's just going to be Boba Fett, and then we're going to have Mandalorian season 3. They're going to absolutely push that off.
I'm really hoping
continuation.
I'm going to be so upset if we don't get a season 3
but the
next
thing
year.
Is that the hunch is that Boba Fett takes place after the events that we just saw.
Right.
Well, of course, because he has the new suit and stuff. So yeah, it obviously happens right after that. So.
Somebody said that they were expecting Leia, not Luke. That's interesting.
I would have been mad.
That would have been interesting because she did her training with Luke.
Form of Star Wars, do you think we're going to see the trio on screen?
It's on the table now. It's on the table. Anything's on the table now. After tonight, everything is on the table. We're going to see anything and everything.
Having someone else do Han Solo though, that's a bold move. That's a bold move. I mean, no disrespect to Mark Hamill, but someone coming in and doing like Han Solo, like of where they're doing the CGI stuff. I don't know if I would like that. Because of that actor. I don't know. I just don't think I would like it.
I agree.
Seeing the trio though would be super cool.
They had the opportunity in the new trilogy. They just never had it happen. They kill off Han Solo.
Yeah. I could see us maybe. I mean, during this time, Han is not really part of the New Republic. He is more focused on stuff with Chewie, and they're kind of doing their own thing. But Leia and Lando are like the two people that are like the main people in the New Republic right now. So Ben Solo had to have killed Grogu unless he escaped or was already gone. Yeah, we just talked about that. I think that could have happened.
I don't think they kill him off.
I don't think they would kill him off. I think he probably escaped and went to exile. But there is so much mystery to Grogu because we still don't know who took him from the temple.
I think we'll find out eventually.
I think we will.
Like Grogu still has to be a part of Mandalorian in some way.
Oh yeah.
Like if it's through flashbacks or something, because obviously that's just a huge thing. They're not just gonna get rid of him.
See, all of his students, I don't think, died because I remember Luke saying that Kylo took a handful of students with him.
Yeah. There was a comic book that came out like a year ago. I mean, like a while back, and in the comic, 3 of them did escape that were not with Kylo. So, and we actually don't know what happened to those students because we now know that they were not the Knights of Ren.
Yeah.
And going forward in season 3, I mean, will Grogu still be will he still play a large role in the show, or will he make like a small appearance? I mean, them bringing Luke Skywalker in a decent amount would be huge, and a lot of fans would love it. But I just think that that's a lot of work. I mean, did you see how long the credits were for doing all that stuff? The reason why the credits were so long was because of the CGI stuff that they did for Luke. That's a lot of work.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, I mean, did you see how many names and like all that and stuff? Like the credits for The Mandalorian are usually not that long, and the credits were maybe 5 minutes long.
I mean,
And
they could be the complete credits if like we normally don't get the complete credits because the end of the season, you know.
Wow.
I just hope that this isn't goodbye. I need them to confirm season 3, then I'll be happy. But the fact that they haven't yet is a little scary. And the way that episode ended too was where they were all looking at the child, and he takes his helmet off in front of him for like for the very first time, and and then the door closes, and then like it goes to black. That really got me. I was just like, this is Star Wars. This is the kind of feel that we should have got in the sequel trilogy. Force Awakens is great. Skip over Last Jedi. Go over to The Rise of Skywalker. Decent, but it could have been better. Apply all of the elements that they did in The Mandalorian and put it into those sequels. That would have been great, and that is what they should have done. And I feel that when The Mandalorian like launched, this was something completely new because they've never done a live action TV show, and they were really taking a risk. But Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are geniuses, and they should have been behind most of the new Star Wars projects. And yeah, I mean, these guys are incredible, and I think George Lucas does approve of them too, and I just think that this show honestly is amazing, and it does deliver a lot of fan service, but at the same time it does bring that new element of Star Wars, and that's what we really want. Because if you go back to the sequel trilogy, you can see in Force Awakens, it's kind of like A New Hope, because if they do the trench run, and The Last Jedi, they end up doing Empire Strikes Back because the AT-AT walkers, and then and The Rise of Skywalker, they end up having that big large fight like they did in Return of the Jedi. So it's having those new elements and putting it in the same universe is the blueprint of Star Wars. And I think that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau just did a phenomenal job with The Mandalorian. And now that they're doing new projects, Ahsoka and the New Rangers of the Republic, I think those shows will be great. And Kathleen Kennedy said that the end of the entire of The Mandalorian and those shows, there's going to be a giant climatic battle, and I'm thinking that is them taking back Mandalore. But now there's something new that happened, which is Din is gonna have to face off Bo-Katan, and then does Din Djarin become the new ruler of Mandalore? Or, I mean, because of, you could tell he did not care for it. He was like, I wanted the child. Take the sword. It's yours. I don't care. And she's like, no, that's not how this works. I'm just curious on how they'll go forward because it's just crazy. This whole last episode was great. I didn't know what to expect.
What'd you guys think about Bo-Katan kind of calling Boba Fett out for not being a Mandalorian at the beginning of the episode? We hadn't talked about that.
Well,
yeah, that's in character for Bo-Katan, I believe. I mean, she's hardcore.
Do you think like she was just like you're not worthy to have that armor, or do you think like canon now Boba Fett's not a Mandalorian anymore, and that they might go deeper into that? Which I mean, I think is kind of what we always thought. So,
can you guys clear some sub up? I'm confused. How is Luke so young when he saves them, and where is Yoda? Wasn't the series after all them? Yeah. All right. Okay. This series does not take place after the Rise of Skywalker. This series takes place after Return of the Jedi. And I believe season 1 was 5 years after Return of the Jedi, and this one is 6 years. Yeah. So I hope that clears up. And I was gonna say, if you didn't notice, if I'm kind of interested of why they thought this took place after the sequel trilogy, because of the stormtroopers are completely different too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, interesting.
Man, yeah, my mind is just racing right now.
By the way, instantly I went back through the credits, and they actually gave Mark Hamill, because I saw Mark Hamill's name. They gave him like an acting credit.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's just because they used his likeness, so they have to do that, or if like he actually did like the voice or something of it.
Well, we are getting the new season of the gallery, so I can't wait until they talk about that.
Christmas Day, right?
Yeah.
Wait, I saw the thing.
Ooh, Christmas Day is gonna be good. Soul.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be.
Oh man, yeah.
There's something else too that comes out Christmas Day. I'm trying to think. Whatever. Is it going to be indeed season 2, or are they just doing a one-off for the gallery on Christmas Day?
I'm pretty sure they're going to do like one episode a week, just like they did with season 1. So
right, and I'm totally fine with that too.
No, I loved season 1. It was super cool to look at, and I actually wasn't really familiar with the volume stuff that they were doing, so seeing that in the gallery was really cool, pretty neat.
I was just thinking about this in the new Rangers of the Republic, we could possibly see a young Poe Dameron.
I'd be okay with that. If they could make his character cooler, I'm all for it.
Yeah. His mom was in the first battle of the Death Star. She was at the Battle of Yavin, and then I think she was at the Battle of Endor too. But we could see like a young version of Poe Dameron in that show, which I think would be pretty cool. I mean, because I think anything that they can do to make the sequels more appealing to people, I think they should totally do that. And I think having that kind of element of seeing those characters, or just kind of give them more of a backstory to where you're like, oh, okay. So that's the reason why they wasted 40 minutes at Canto Bight. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Well, what's your guys' ranking on this last episode? On a scale from 1 to 10.
10.
David, don't be biased because of Luke Skywalker.
I'm trying not to. Really trying not to. I don't know. I gotta watch it several times, man, to give my official rating, because right now it's just there's so much to process.
Like, absolutely, just like the tiredest person alive. Like,
yeah, no, I'm tired too, but I think I'm gonna lay in bed, and then I'm just gonna hear na 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 na. So I love Ludwig. He did such a good job with the music, and I think we heard dubstep for the first time in Star Wars too. I think that was an interesting call. I thought that was like the sound that like the tubes and stuff were making when they were coming off the troopers, but dang, seeing the just seeing everything happen the way it happened, it was so cool. But now something that would be really amazing would be Ahsoka meeting Luke Skywalker. That is something that everyone would love to see.
That'd be really cool. I think they'll do it.
Yeah, because of Ahsoka has so many war stories about fighting with her fighting alongside Luke's father, and I think
on
that,
the table now.
yeah, you're right, and anything can happen. But I just don't know. But I mean, something that didn't work in the original. I mean, not in the original, in the sequel trilogy, is that they had these characters that were established in the original trilogy, and they changed the way that we look at them, especially Luke Skywalker. So I love seeing Luke Skywalker in this. This was amazing. That appearance was great. But going forward, I hope that we don't change the way that we look at him even more, because of The Last Jedi really screwed that up for a lot of people. Because he is such an iconic character, and George Lucas did such a phenomenal job with him. But I do trust Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. And if Luke Skywalker did show up again, it would be in Ahsoka, New Rangers, or Mandalorian. Maybe the new book of Boba Fett, but I mean, like the book of Boba Fett, but we'll have to see. But I think that, yeah, there's so much potential, and it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan. And even though that we didn't get a new Star Wars movie this Christmas, like of this year in December, I still think that the Mandalorian did live up to those expectations, and I think we got what.
So you guys started watching it. I didn't start watching it until maybe like 30 seconds later, because Disney Plus actually crashed. Apparently, Facebook is calling it out here. Someone put dying laughing that Disney Plus isn't working because it crashed for a moment. I kept on saying it's not working. I couldn't get my earbuds to connect to my Apple 4K.
No.
That was the delay I had. And then I just unplugged my mic so you wouldn't hear the volume of the TV, and it worked. And I was talking the whole time, but I don't think you guys heard me. But you guys were a little bit ahead, like halfway through the episode. But I caught up to you guys. I figured out where you guys were, and we got to witness Luke Skywalker together. But yeah, it wasn't working for a little while. So
interesting. Yeah. I mean, see, I had the issue on the first episode of this season, because of David, Joseph, and James all watched it like when it launched, like directly, and then I tried to, and it crashed and wouldn't let me on like to watch it on my TV. So I went to my phone and it worked on my phone. So
yeah,
that's kind of interesting.
They don't launch the episodes at prime time.
So yeah,
wait till the night when nobody's watching it.
Right, it makes sense, but all the nerds are watching.
That's right. All right, guys, I am absolutely fading. I'm just I might have to run away.
Shoot, I've been staying up till 2 a.m. Well, till like 3, 4, like every single time one of these episodes come out. So.
Yeah, I might run away, guys. It was fantastic to watch that with you, to experience that with you.
Yeah. Thanks for joining, Sam.
Yeah, forced me with you guys.
All right,
always.
Bye, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Bye, guys.
Oh man, yeah. Oh man, David. No, I mean, like, it's. I'm gonna have to rewatch it again. They did such a phenomenal job, and I'm scared because they haven't confirmed a season 3.
Yeah, everyone's asking that question.
Yeah,
I don't know how that's gonna play out. I mean, it was like semantics that Kathleen Kennedy used at the announcement. The next chapter will be on Christmas. So is the Book of Boba the next chapter?
Right.
We need to get clarification here pronto. I'm scanning social media to see if I'll read some of these. I've waited my entire adult life for that. And that's someone who loved The Last Jedi, I believe. I'm shaking. I'm so much shock and amazement from the season finale. Someone says, I need to talk to people. Well, come on our podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. The rescue. Incredible. It's just incredible, man. So we got it. We got what we kind of asked for, I think, Colin, right?
Yeah. Again, I wasn't expecting Luke Skywalker. I didn't think they would because it really is a lot of work. It really is a lot of work. I think that if they had Sebastian Stan come in, that would have been interesting. Because of, yes, he does look like kind of like young Mark Hamill, but at the same time, do you think he would have delivered the voice lines? I don't know if it would have pulled off, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, he's a great actor and he does great in the MCU and stuff, but I don't know if, I mean, taking the reins of such an iconic character, that's a lot of pressure. So I'm kind of glad that they didn't have him do that. Because again, iconic character, and whoever did the movements for, I mean, like, who was there and that had to wear like the dots on his face. Whoever did that, great job. Doing something like that and having that pressure of playing such an iconic character is probably very stressful, but I think they did a phenomenal job of it. And if Mark Hamill ended up doing the lines, and then they did like an auto tune to make him sound younger, I think
that's what I think. That's exactly what I think they did.
Yeah.
They did some type of voice manipulation. The voice was way better than the way he looked. And I'm telling you, man, there has to be a way that they can incorporate the deepfake technology. I mean, it looks, you can totally see the seams when the heads are turned. You can totally see where, I mean, it's a deepfake, but like face to the camera, I mean, it looks great.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they should have done a deep fake. I mean, it's really easy to do. I mean, I think you said this earlier, but kids can do it very easy on their laptops, and they can just post it on YouTube. Like, it's a very easy thing to do if you know what you're doing. And I've seen some where they ended up putting Harrison Ford's face onto the actor who played Han Solo in Solo, and I was like, whoa, like, that's crazy. Mace Windu has to make an appearance in Boba series. Oh, no. I think that would be a missed opportunity if they didn't. I think Mace Windu is alive. I think he's alive, and I think
there's more of an avenue now for Samuel L. Jackson to come back.
Yeah.
They made it even a little bit more possible, maybe a lot more possible now, because Boba Fett needs a really good, like, antagonist. Actually, he'd be a protagonist because Boba would probably kind of turn bad. And but it was pretty cool to see him team up with Din Djarin, though. I mean, a lot of people were thinking that he was maybe going to be like a double agent. He was actually working for the Empire, but man, he came through with his honor code there.
Yeah. So I'm kind of curious of what their relationship will be going forward.
And a lot of people thought, I mean, rest in peace, Jeremy Bullock, that Boba Fett character was going to pass, and I was hoping we weren't going to see that. We didn't see that. We're going to get more Boba Fett. I mean, having Luke not killing Boba Fett, seeing Dark Troopers in action, I mean, they gave us everything. They gave us everything that we kind of wanted.
What actually would have been funny if we actually saw Luke kind of leave in his X-wing, and then as he's leaving, Slave One comes up, and you have that scene where they're both kind of looking at each other out the window, and they're just like, "What?" And then Luke goes into hyperspace. that 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 would have been cool because of for like those who, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone knows, but in Return of the Jedi, the pretty much the reason why that Boba Fett was in the Sarlacc pit was because of Luke Skywalker. He sliced his blaster and he cut his jetpack. Actually, the jetpack was Han Solo, but Luke did a part in it. So I was
saying earlier when James was on that I think Boba Fett was high on spice.
Oh,
that's why he missed the shot.
Yeah, they actually did. They actually did that like thing that you're talking about where he was in spice. They actually did that in the Star Wars special that they did on Robot Chicken. He was drinking on the sail barge, and then that happened, and he goes out there and he's fighting them drunk, and yeah, so I could see it of him being high in spice. I don't know if Disney would,
Well, I mean, he refers to having a spice dream in one of the chapters, and that was pretty hilarious and made me think. It's like, I mean, spice was something Han Solo smuggled in A New Hope.
Oh man, no, dude,
dude, everything's on the table, Colin. Everything.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we're gonna get stuff that we really love, but Favreau and Filoni aren't in charge of every series. They're just in charge of Rangers and Ahsoka. So I know. I mean, it's
if Grogu and Luke end up getting their own show, how would you feel about that?
They would have to cast Sebastian Stan or someone like him that actually looks like, because I mean, it'd be just way too expensive, even at this point in time.
Right.
And I keep on talking about it, but the deepfake technology, that's something that they should be implementing. I don't know if there's like a patent on it where they can't use it in cinema or TV, or I don't understand.
Yeah, because I mean, because I've seen so many people doing that, and it looks really good. Imagine seeing Force Ghost Yoda face to face with Grogu. I think the Force Ghost thing, I think we've talked about on the podcast, but I think that the only way to see a Force Ghost is if you actually seen them in life, in person.
Right.
So I guess there's a possibility that Grogu did see Yoda. The music when Luke, that we were talking about that earlier. I think Ludwig did a good time, and then we also got dubstep in Star Wars for the first. I am blown away by that. I mean, it makes sense of why it's there because of the person that made it. I believe he is a fan, so it makes sense why. I mean, I would have been it would have been funny if, like, you saw in the credits that it was Skrillex or someone. I would have been like, oh my gosh. But no. He did a great job. Hearing Luke's theme was really cool. I think that last shot of Din looking at Grogu as the elevator closes is probably going to be haunting me, and I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. Because this episode was great, and I loved it, and this is what fans have been waiting for since if
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if they had the technology that we have now back then, this is probably something similar to what we would have saw, or there would have been a lot more going on. Could you imagine all this technology and stuff in the hands of George Lucas, like actually really directing all of that? I mean, George has had so many ideas over the years that wasn't able to actually work because he didn't have the technology. But now that the technology exists, and they actually had him like in control, I think that would work
Mhm.
very well. Yeah.
It's incredible, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think it feels like we're here. We're here where we wanted to be.
Right. But here's the question: how long is it gonna last? I mean, I'm still salty. I didn't see Max Rebo. They went to Jabba's palace, and we didn't see Max Rebo. We didn't see his piano.
No Juby McCool.
No one, and it was a missed opportunity. I guarantee their numbers would have been higher on this episode for people watching if he showed up at the end. I know.
So let me ask you this question, Colin. Is The Mandalorian season 1 and season 2 better than any of the films that you love, that you have loved? Does it outrank any of the films, any of the prequel or the original trilogy for you?
No.
No?
So my favorite film of all time is A New Hope. Nothing will ever top that. I mean, I do love The Mandalorian, but I think I forget who did the article, but I saw it, I saw like a very popular page say that that the 2 seasons of Mandalorian is better than anything that Disney has done so far with Star Wars.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I think that's easy to say. But the big question is, like I just said, is season 1, season 2 combined, is that better than anything in the original trilogy or the prequel trilogy? Has The Mandalorian surpassed some of the older films?
I don't think so. Maybe episode 1 and 2, but not the original trilogy. I don't think anything will ever top the original trilogy. Okay, so you're telling me that these 2 seasons are better than The Empire Strikes Back?
No, I'm not saying that. Okay. But what I think I am saying is that it's the original trilogy for me, and then it's The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian surpasses everything aside from what we got in the original trilogy for me personally.
Okay.
And see, I wasn't a huge prequel fan. I enjoy them. I think the prequel trilogy is better than the sequel trilogy. But to me, it's the original trilogy, and then it's this.
It's gonna be funny because of when Obi-Wan Kenobi comes out, you're probably gonna be this
right. Obi-Wan.
You'll probably say the same thing, yeah. Because
we've been anticipating that for a long time, ever since we've known each other since 2017.
It's only 4 episodes though.
Yeah, but the length, they might be like an hour and a half.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be really, really nice.
And they're gonna put a lot of money into it because we're getting Vader back.
Yes, Hayden, Obi-Wan, having flashbacks where we do see Ahsoka would be super cool. I think during this time, during Kenobi, that it's, I think it's the perfect time to show Vader when he's at his prime, because this is really when he's at his prime, where he is hunting surviving Jedi, and having Obi-Wan Kenobi come back in the mix, and them having a rematch where it is kind of like a younger version of Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader. Seeing that is going to be incredible, and we'll probably be more excited about that than this episode. And it's exciting because for the first time in a long time, since 2015, we've been super excited about Star Wars coming back. But right here, seeing Luke Skywalker like walk on screen, in a million years, no one thought that it really was going to happen, because he's such an iconic character. But now that we have now they have the technology to do it, everything's on the table. Anything can happen, and it's just incredible because all of these elements that we've seen in the show are going to be applied to everything going forward in Star Wars. Because you've got Kenobi, you've got the Rangers of the Republic, you've got Ahsoka, you've got Rogue Squadron, you've got all these amazing Star Wars projects, and now the Book of Boba Fett. There's a lot of content coming out very, very soon, folks, and it's gonna be crazy. Star Wars Celebration, and oh yeah, I'm wearing the shirt. What of what was supposed to happen this year, 2022 is going to be a great year for Star Wars, because that's also going to be the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones, right?
Yeah.
20,
Since 2002, yeah.
Yeah. So there might be something for the prequels announced. Who knows? It's that year is going to be insane. And if you haven't yet, when the time comes, get your tickets, because of that. That celebration is going to be insane, and because we'll probably get our first sneak peek of Kenobi, and we'll probably get our first sneak peek of the other shows, and we'll probably see like something from Rogue Squadron and the other stuff. Nah. I am very happy. I'm very satisfied, and I'm. Star Wars means so much to all of us, and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni know that, and they applied all of their fandom and into these episodes, because they know that it's important. It's important to all of us. So I'm very, very happy of what they're doing and what they've done. So thank you, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, for everything. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, tonight belongs to them. I
Yeah.
mean, they came through. These two guys and this guy.
Yeah. You all deserve Oscars. You, my gosh.
I think,
Crazy.
yeah. I mean, they were already made men before in Star Wars, and now, I mean,
they're legends. Yeah. No, it's awesome.
Yeah. So how you feeling, Colin?
I am tired. I mean, I've got the day off, so I mean, actually, today was the start of my vacation, so I don't have to go back to work until the 28th. Awesome. But yeah, because we are flying back to Michigan. But I actually want to rewatch all of this season again.
Yeah, from
episode 1 to episode 8. And because of the first episode of the season really felt like a movie. Like it really felt like a movie. Like they crushed that first episode. Yeah. John, I was gonna say, I think Jon Favreau should direct more. Peyton Reed directed this one, didn't he?
Yep, that was confirmed.
That's an interesting call.
Yeah, I thought so too. It's like, how close is he to Favreau? I know they have the Marvel connection.
Yeah.
But I wonder how Favreau and Filoni selected Peyton Reed.
Having Luke Skywalker show up, I mean, you would have thought that that George Lucas would have been the one. I think this would have been the perfect opportunity for George Lucas to come back. I think he should direct the final episode, like the very, very final episode. I think that would be cool. And George Lucas is getting up there in age. So I really hope that he does something in Star Wars again before his time comes and he becomes one with the Force, because we are losing a lot of good Star Wars actors, and it's very unfortunate, but these are strange times. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about?
There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, but I know we probably need to end the stream, and I probably need to clean up Facebook because there's probably spoilers out there, and I don't want those guys to get spoiled. We managed to not have spoilers in our Facebook group until the Monday after the episode airs for the Mandalorian.
Yeah, I know so many people are spoiling stuff right now. And
It's all over Twitter, man.
Yeah,
I
no,
just checked it a while ago, and there's all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, I think we're gonna close it up here, and of course, follow us on Instagram, Star Wars Stuff Podcast. I mean, it's right there. I mean, it's Colin and Brooke do a great job, and they run it. And
Yeah.
we're trying to get 2,000 subscribers, right?
Yes. By the end of the year, if
Yeah.
I know we can do it.
Just
It's
crossed 1,500.
Yeah, which is awesome because I believe like a month ago, I think we were at 1,200. So we're like getting up there. I think that giveaway did help. But if you guys haven't yet, please go follow us on Instagram, please.
Yeah. Also, you people watching on YouTube, like the video, subscribe. We're gonna do a whole bunch more using this format, simulcasting to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I know Periscope's going away, but Twitter's still going to be there.
Yeah.
Also, we're on Twitter at Stuff Pod. It's very easy to find us there. We have a big Facebook group, Star Wars Stuff Podcast. The Facebook group. That's all you got to look up.
Yeah.
You can find us there, and we're also on TikTok. James talked about it earlier. He's always sending us TikToks via chat, and they're hilarious. And of course, we're on Patreon too. We're gonna do a whole lot more stuff. I know Colin and I have talked about doing toy reviews. We're gonna do some videos, and we're a different podcast. I mean, we're fans just like you, and we love Star Wars. And there's so much Star Wars to look forward to. It's incredible, man. I mean, Star Wars just grew exponentially last week with the announcements, and then tonight, like we said, anything and everything is on the table, and we're going to get a whole lot of stuff. I mean, the incorporation of Mandalore, the Clone Wars, Rebels. Probably we still haven't seen Ezra yet. We'll probably get him in the future. We're getting Thrawn in the future. We have to. I mean, and then Boba Fett. I mean, the series confirmed tonight, which we talked about on the podcast that it was happening. There was literal casting for it, and we broke that news to you guys. And
wait for
the Boba Fett series.
Oh yeah. Who? I mean, have they announced the?
No, it's not official announcements. It's just through all the sources that I've learned to like trust.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I mean, I've been doing this since 1997 with the prequels,
Yeah.
going online and looking up stuff. And
Okay.
yeah, I mean, like, subscribe right now to YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna do all of our podcasts are gonna be like this now. It's gonna be video.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
And
man.
I already tested it out. It works perfectly. I can download the audio and off these streams we do. So it's perfect. And big shout out to Steele. Steele sent me the link for this, and this is the same format he uses, and it's awesome, man. We can go live at any time. We can post pictures on here, do banners like we have here for spoilers for Chapter 16.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot more functionality that I'm not even familiar with. I just got the system 2 days ago. So, I mean, we're 7 people strong right now. We might add more people. We're going to add more guests. I know for sure. I know I talked to Rudy today, the guy that's doing the commentary for the shows. And oh my gosh, he's about to watch it. I think he's going to watch it at 5.
Oh, okay.
So in an hour, he's going to watch it, and he's got to have a lot to say about this. And yeah, man, it's an incredible time. I was born too soon, Colin. I'm not in my 40s yet, but I mean, still, if I was in my 20s, I'd be a whole lot happier.
Hey, I know the feeling, but no,
Hey, you're past your prime, though.
I say that as a joke. I don't hit my prime until I'm 26. I've got 2 more years left, but I do agree with everything you said, though. It really is a good time to be a Star Wars fan, and this is something that we've always dreamed about when we were kids. And now that, what makes me happy is that Disney is finally giving Star Wars the real recognition that it deserves. And now that we're getting all these series and spinoffs and all of it, it's incredible. It's incredible. And it's super exciting, and there is a holiday for Star Wars, and there's a theme park for Star Wars. Like, Star Wars is huge. And I know that there are some people that are just like, oh, I don't want to jump on Star Wars because, you know, it's too much. And if you do it right and you work your way up, it's worth it. It's worth the watch. And there's a reason why we get excited about this stuff. I mean, because of the stories and everything just mashed all together. It really I love the Star Wars community. This podcast would not be happening if I didn't go to Celebration and I met David and James wasn't in like a line kind of.
Look how far we've come.
Yeah,
Colin.
I know.
I mean, oh my gosh.
2017, 3 years, David. 3 years we've known each other, and it has been a wonderful ride, and I am excited to see where this goes. I can't wait to Star Wars Celebration 2022. Yeah.
Thank you to Joseph Jansen. He's one of our big contributors on Patreon.
Thank you,
And
Joseph.
thank you so much, Joseph. I believe he's in Utah. And yeah, man, just thank you so much for helping the podcast grow and really giving us the confidence here to continue on. And yeah, man, we're just fans like you guys, and I think we're hardcore fans. And I think combined the 7 of us, I mean, I think we pretty much have everything covered. So
yeah,
it's the future looks bright, man. And
future is bright for Star Wars.
Yeah,
and the future is bright for the podcast. And it's 2021 will be a great ride. I am hoping I'll probably be going to Galaxy's Edge a lot more. So I might be doing a segment on that because of when they start selling the annual passes again. I'll be on top of it, and then maybe every weekend I'll go to Galaxy's Edge and I'll do a podcast or do something live. Yeah. Well, all right, guys. I think that's all for tonight. Well, this morning. It's 5 a.m. here in Florida. It's 4 a.m. where you're at. Yeah. Yep.
So for James, Sam, Colin, David, which is me, may the force be with you. And Star Wars is back.
Star Wars is back.
Clearly the way. All right.
Max Rebo lives. All right.
Till next time.
Till next time.